Howdy folks, welcome to the latest episode of Pubcast Plays Dungeons Dragons! Woo! As you can see from that little exuberant yay, Doc is back with us from Dublin City Comics. He couldn't make it the last session, so you're now back with us. Arun lived. He lived, and his group of crew
ran away. Well, he buggered off.
He bravely ran away and buggered off.
It's okay, he's back for us to seduce him again.
So far away.
Where we left off on the last session, the entire group were tasked with clearing out an infection in Henrich Point at the Docklands, and they discovered that it was a kind of a narcotic that was being created and distributed from the Docklands warehouse. They infiltrated the warehouse and pretty much killed everyone inside bar one of the mercenaries that was hired, and they let him go after he pissed his pants and ran off squealing. They then kind of went into the warehouse and discovered there was contraptions and a lot of gelatinous cubes that were being used, ground down and mixed with some kind of red substance that was creating this narcotic. They discovered a apothecary. They discovered a pocket fairy that told them that the family that was involved in this were the Deans, which turned out to be Codine's family. She gave you a bit of her background, and they made their way to the Dean family home, where they discovered an unknown drow who quickly turned an army of undead against them, which also included Codine's mother, who was cursed to look like a sea hag. They fought, and Codine's mother was brought back for a brief moment to herself before she died. They then left, torching the place as they went, and set sail with Captain Arun at the behest of the harbour master to go find where the ingredients of the narcotics came from. It was to a site that was previously visited by Arun and his crew, where they were attacked, and the original captain of the Blue Spear was either killed or kidnapped. I'm not quite sure. They made their way out to the coordinates, upon which they started to hear a noise through the mists, and it was singing and chanting and loud banging and kind of very similar to Mongolian death metal.
Oddly enough.
And they were charmed. Everyone on the crew was charmed apart from Loran, who seemed to have an immunity to it. The Blue Spear was dragged into the gaping maw of what looked like a giant dragon skull, which closed, sealing the ship in darkness. And that's where we left off in the last episode. So we're going to kick off into the next episode, but before we do, we have a little announcement. Again, sponsored by Dublin City Comics. We have a prize for a giveaway, and we want to thank Doc and Jay and Anto and everyone at the store for a continuing sponsorship of the show. We have this beautiful tome to give away, which is the Dungeons and Dragons Art and Arcana. It's still sealed in plastic, but with a little tear at the back. But it's still sealed in plastic, and this can be yours. And I've thought of a less convoluted way of people winning this.
That was a bit rambly last one.
Yeah, it was a bit rambly. So less convoluted way. We have a question we're going to ask you at the break that I want you just to type the answer in the comment section, and it's pretty straightforward.
Where's the fun in that, really? Where's the interpretive dance section?
There's no interpretive dance section.
What did the guy end up getting named?
Actually,
Yeah.
I think it was Jake Cullen won it, and I think he wanted to name him. He wanted to name him something like either it was somebody had said Carrot's long lost brother Turnip. But I don't know whether that was Jake or not. But I need to look up Jake's answer. Apologies, Jake, for not remembering that.
We'll find it at the break.
We'll find it at the break, and I'll tell you. But congratulations, Jake Cuddle, who won the essentials kit from the last prize that was sent out to him and eventually got to him in the post. Cool. Thanks to the Irish postal system. Yeah. We will send this anywhere in the world. It's a beast. It's a beast of a book, and it's well worth. It's a beautiful book. It's got all the art and history of Dungeons and Dragons from its inception right up to modern day.
Is that much the Arcana?
This is what? Is that what you
mean?
Yeah. So, and I've accidentally picked at the back, so it's like, you know what? It's
stop
picking there. Anyway, so this can be yours. Find out at the break how you can win this, and we will post it out to you. Okay? So that's that. Now, without further ado, we're going to launch into today's adventure. Aratir, you find yourself kind of coming out of what seems to be like a very heavy drunken, hungover type sleep.
Ugh.
You're very
Don't like
confused. You don't recognize the surroundings. And you're looking around, and you have in front of you have this large crate, and it's filled with vials that you kind of recognize, but you can't really place where you saw them before.
Am I on my own?
And as you come to, you look around, and there are people around you. You can make a perception check to see if you recognize anyone around you, or if there's anything in particular. 16. As you come to, you kind of quickly come to your senses, and you notice a few things about your surroundings. You don't see anyone that you recognize around you.
Okay.
Off to your left, there are a collection of larger, kind of more powerful beings, as in they will be of your size, some of them taller, quite muscular, and they're loading crates. And the crates you recognize, they're the crates that you saw previously in the warehouse, with like the vials of the narcotic.
Okay.
But these are look like they're ingredients.
Okay.
Like they're all red dust, and then there's some green dust as well, been loaded in as well.
Have a bit of dust.
And
Dust.
the closest being to your left is this very large furball.
What?
A furball.
Okay.
A furball is kind of like a large cow person.
Yeah.
It towers over you. He's easily about 7.5 feet tall.
Sorry, are we
Right.
I just had this vision of, like, you know, those Highland cows with the shaggy fur.
Yeah,
And it's not what he looks like.
Huh?
He has got tanned skin, kind of like a tight cut mohawk, brown mohawk that comes down off the back and is tightly shaven at the back of his head, but it comes across the centre of his head and stops here. And multiple earrings in both ears, a few scars and nicks on his face.
Okay.
He's dressed in kind of plain clothing. He has a kind of, it looks like on his back he has what looks like a knapsack. It's large enough knapsack that's strapped to his back, and he's kind of looking around as well. He's loading up the crates, keeping an eye out. To your right, again, it's another conveyor belt, and the crates are coming down, and everyone seems to be of a larger size. And right at the end, where there's an opening where these crates are being loaded in, you spot Maroon. And he's standing there, just absent-mindedly loading these crates onto a conveyor belt that are being moved down.
Okay.
You do notice with such a high perception check that the furball keeps glancing over at you.
Okay.
Nobody else is paying any attention to you. They're all working away. The furball is looking over at you and then looking behind them. As you look behind you as well, following his eye, you notice that there are guards placed all along the back wall of this corridor. This corridor is, it's huge. It's a wooden corridor. All the walls are wood, but as you look up on the ceiling, it looks like the entire ceiling is made out of kind of ribbed bones, and it's kind of, they're the rafters of the ceiling as they come along.
For our pleasure.
You don't know where you are.
Yeah.
The last thing you remember is being on the ship, on the ocean, and hearing music.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing you remember.
Yeah. And now I've got a banging hangover, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You do notice that one of the guards directly behind you is just absent-mindedly looking around. It kind of looks like he needs to pee. He's kind of standing on one spot, and he places his hand axe down and kind of turns and moves off slightly into a little alcove to kind of relieve himself. What do you wish to do?
I want to steal that hand axe and conceal it on myself.
There are other guards there, but they're kind of away from you. So
we know I'm sneaky.
I do need you to roll.
Working all the
I do
way.
need you to roll. Roll a stealth check.
That is a 17.
Sneaky as
That's
fuck
pretty sneaky.
orc.
It has been
Our
established.
tier-
Our tier is a sneaky fucking horse.
Somehow ours here always seems to manage really high rolls on stealth checks. You move
So
across and you pick up the hand axe, and you are about to kind of, you're moving back towards the conveyor belt area. You're sneaking it back into under your robes, which you notice now, you're not wearing your armor.
Yeah.
You do not have your weapons on you.
Uh-oh. Cleavage it is, so.
And the furball all of a sudden is standing beside you. He's like, I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt on this stealthy kind of movement, but taking that hand axe may not be the best course of action.
Is he related to Stone Cold Steve Blacksmith?
conversation away from prying eyes.
Sure. Okay, let's come over here and.
I need you to roll another perception check for me.
Wow. Every time, can I?
Bollocks.
9.
9.
You notice that the backpack that he has moved slightly.
Oh, lovely.
Just ever so slightly, and the guards on either side of the corridor don't seem to be noticing that the two of you are having a conversation, or that you're moving away from the conveyor belt that these boxes are meant to be working on. There's also something else you notice about him. His eyes seem to have a bluish glow about them. That doesn't seem to be natural from the furballs you have met, which you have met before as the character of Arthur. Would have met furballs in your travels. They're they don't naturally have a kind of a glow to their eyes, but this seems to be something that's unnatural. And as you look around, you notice that everyone else on the conveyor belt that's working on this also has blue glowing eyes.
Okay. How far away from us is Arun?
Arun is he's about 20 feet in that direction. But he's continued to load up boxes. You do notice that he is also stripped of his armor and actually he's topless.
Nice.
And with that,
So fast.
and
So
as
fast.
most of the kind of larger orcs on this conveyor belt would be, which there are a few half orcs.
Someone on
You
this ship
notice
has a fetish.
from the first perception check that you rolled, you do notice that glancing up, you see a large scar or crest kind of burnt into his chest. And from the distance, you can see because it is that large. But he's working away, loading the crates and putting vials and everything into them as they're moving around. Because the vials are quite large and the crates are quite hefty, so that's why you notice that everyone on this conveyor belt is quite big in stature doing this work.
Okay. Right. Fire person. I don't know how I got here. The last thing I remember was being on a ship. What the fuck is going on?
Right, well, we need to go over here, have a quick conversation, and I will alleviate you of your questions.
That's suspicious.
You move off into another alcove off to the side.
Is that guard still pissing?
The guard is still pissing.
Jesus.
I've been drinking Heineken.
Notoriously definitely a record.
Good on him.
You go off to an alcove. It's like, my name is Urdak Mal.
Hi, Erda. I'm Aratir.
Yeah, I noticed you arriving here about 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks.
Oh.
and I'm here searching for somebody, and one of your party piqued my interest. And you may wonder why, or may not wonder why, I don't seem to be affected by the trial that everyone else seems to be under. I'm here for a specific reason. You may be able to help me with that specific reason. In turn, I may be able to help you with, your problem of getting out of here.
Yeah. Well, it's not just me. I've just noticed an acquaintance of mine is over there too, so I'm gonna have to suss out that situation when we've finished.
I take it you're talking about the orc, the half orc, baldy guy up there.
Yeah, I might be.
He came with you. Himself and his crew, I take it, were taken from that ship. I was taken from my ship when I arrived too. It's somewhere tied up in the higher parts of the spires.
Where was your ship from?
I don't think now's not the right time to go into my personal history.
What are you looking for?
Well, a member of your crew, your team, one of them piqued my interest.
Which one?
The little hairy fella.
Oh.
Yeah.
So earnest. Can I just talk about Norman like that?
No, Norman has no body hair. We established this.
That's how
He is
maintains nice and green.
he is smooth like a
I'm
child.
definitely not from around these parts.
I noticed from the accent.
Yeah, I've traveled a fair bit of distance. Me and my colleague.
Was your colleague in
A
the
badger
lab?
chaser.
Well, very perceptive of you. Yeah. Spina, you might want to make yourself known. The bag shifts, and from out the bag, it opens at the top. A small gnome jumps,
Ah!
lands at the feet of the furball. She stands about, if anything, she's at least 2 feet tall. She's tiny, and next to the furball gets an interesting sight. She barely comes up to just over his ankles.
Yeah.
She's like, good morning. My name is Hespina. Hespina Greenfellow. I have travelled here with my friend Edak in search of one of well, I can't say, you might not know of the stature of the structure, but he's somebody's important to people we work for. She talks very fast.
Okay. Hi, I'm Artir. I have just come out of the worst hangover I've ever had, and I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yes, I've been keeping an eye on your group. I'm able to move about quite quickly because I'm quite small, and also I have the ability to be able to turn invisible when I need to. So therefore, the guards around here do not see me and cannot find me. And I've scouted out the area quite quickly and quite well, might I add. And I have found all of your group. They are scattered amongst the walkers, but I fear they may be the only people that might be able to help us in our quest, and we might be the only people who will be able to help you in your quest. At this point, I was like, yeah, Speedy, you might want to slow down a wee bit here. I can see that she's having a bit of a trouble understanding your speed and everything. In comparison, the two characters together don't make sense.
Yin and yang.
It's very much, this guy looks like he's very laid back, and his speed is just like caffeine personified.
Can't believe you just make him as a character. Like, the funny thing is, I see myself as the cow man.
Urdak is like very much looking around him at this point. He's like, Hespina, how long is that spell going to last? About an hour. We can move freely within this general vicinity for about an hour. They will not notice us. We're fine. So you get the idea that you can move in this general area and kind of scout the area out without the guards noticing that you're around.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
I want to have a little old scout and see what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. Where would you like to go?
I'd like to check on a room as well.
Yeah, you would.
It starts again.
As you move up towards a room, Urdak kind of leans up beside you and is like, we decided that you might be the best person to wake up first because of your stature and your ability as a fighter. I take it this half orc here would be the next in line.
I would agree his fighting skills are comparable to mine, and he's a good guy to have on our side.
Hespina could work for magic. What's happened here is everybody is under the thrall of the leader of this group. They seem to be charmed in some way, and they will do their bidding. And people have come and gone. Well, mostly come. When you leave here, you generally leave as fish food. But you enter in here, and that's a permanent contract with this fella. He's a bit of a nasty piece of work. But Hespina, she's like, yes. I just need to get closer. And she moves closer to her room.
Yeah.
Just give me the signal. He might come out of it a bit discombobulated. And she kind of, you see her wave her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And around Rune's head is like a dispelling of magic. You see, and he blinks. You also notice as well that Hespina also has the blue eyes. And as the spell around the room activates, you start to come to your senses. And you notice the blue eyes that the rune have go, and then Hespina waves her left hand, and they come back. You are now starting to come to, and you're starting to be aware of your surroundings and what's around you.
Right. So, do a perception or just caught up?
You look around, and
Yeah.
you can see that standing right next, not too far from you, is Aratir, this tall furball, and you just about see the gnome just down from you. And you were a bit like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You see the guards as well behind them, but they don't seem to be paying any attention. And you notice the people working on the conveyor.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna have to catch me up. What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna have to speak a bit louder as well.
Sorry.
I literally have just woken up from the worst hangover. Hit your head.
I've had worse. As a pirate. Generally. Pretty blender.
So these nice individuals have decided to help us out on the condition that we help them out with their quest. Given the fact that we're kind of stuck here, I think we need to bandy together.
Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Where's my ship? Where's my fucking crew?
Okay,
Alright,
so
In that particular order.
this is
Preferably.
Erdak and Hispina.
I empathize with your urgency, sir, but I would just like to point out that everybody in your crew in this current situation are safe, but they're being put to work.
Like the others here with us. It looks like we've been segregated into the big fuckers
Okay.
corridor.
Well, Laroon's first instinct is to murder everything and get his crew back, so he's twitching.
Okay.
He's
What I might suggest is
basically
we
one of the
go
focus that's
and
Yeah.
Spina has scouted out this place. We've been here for nigh on nearly a month now.
take it. Espina?
Yes, I am a Spina. Good to meet you.
Not.
And you know, we have been here. We've been covertly
Hello?
we've been here about a month.
And we've been here.
We've been
You've
here
been here
about
about 2 weeks. We
Okay.
saw you enter in. We were able to suss out that your group as a whole, as a collective unit, might be of use to us. We could not do what we want to do by ourselves. But also,
they brought us all in together and then separated us, left me in a room here.
there is a sorting area down to the base area of the spires. And when we saw your group come in, we noticed the individual that we're looking for. We've gotten some information that they may be in the
Our
area.
love child.
Before you
Yeah, the little furry fucker.
The furry fellow, we were given some information that he may be in the area, but we were then captured by these people and brought in.
So how come you're not under the same spell?
Well, fortunately, back when I was a little one, I took a ball bearing to the back of my head. I can't be charmed, and Espina has an affinity against these type of things. So, you know, to our advantage. Well, we let them believe that we were charmed, and it kind of was. We've been hiding out here waiting. The blue eye thing, that's a notification that you're under the spell. Espina's able to use a thaumaturgy or prestidigitation, whatever the hell she calls it, and we can pass.
Okay. That was going to be my next question. Thank you.
So they're doing the same thing for us right now.
How are we able to not be seen by? Same again. This little
More magic.
apologies.
It is my field of expertise. It's why I travel with Erdak. I'm the brains and he's the brawn.
Very small, much anger.
Okay. How many guards are in the room?
Roll a perception check to see what you see.
Natural 20.
I can
Natural
tell you
20.
times.
It's like you know the thing in video games when you just hear like the boom and the map kind of appears. It's like Arun just looks up in the sky. It's like the Angelus goes off. And it's like boom. It's like yes, I now know everything about this area. No, you map out the entire corridor. Tactically, you can see where everyone is. And you're already thinking of ways to take down each guard.
Yeah.
If you have to.
Well, if we're invisible, there's a very easy way.
Well, you're not invisible.
not
It's just there's kind of like a pass without a trace been placed on you by Hispina. She has her abilities, well, not fully known.
Would I be familiar enough with this kind of ability spell?
She told you that you can move in this general vicinity
For a limited
where you
amount
are
of
for a
time.
limited amount of time over the next hour, where you can move without them actually noticing that you're there.
Will they notice anything happening to the other guards?
It would depend on the manner of how you do it.
Say, for example, we were to go behind each one and slip.
I would have to roll perception for each guard to see what they see.
Okay, how many guards we got?
You have in total you have 6 guards.
6 guards.
3 on basically they're split evenly across the corridor. There's 2 closest to you right now. They're at the back wall. They're just all standing on a back wall, surveying the area.
Okay.
And so apart from myself, Arun, Spina and Erdak, how many other prisoners are there?
In total, there's about another 10 to 12 prisoners, all lining this thing, loading crates
They
up.
look familiar, like are they my crew or?
You notice that at least 2 of them are members of your crew.
Okay.
and 2 of them are from members of the Maroon 5.
Right.
So, do we want to? So, yeah. Look, axe.
Right. That was my next question. Was going to be weapons.
I stole that off
Okay.
a King Guard there a minute ago.
Look, a big guy. You got any weapons?
That's my quick wit.
Don't reflect
I'm
so.
not to get out of the check. Anyway, moving on.
Do you
Presume you
want?
have no weapons either, no? Looking at the little.
Well, no, I can do things if needs be.
Okay. How's your morality about slitting throats?
Oh, I didn't slit threats. I burned them out.
Yes, well, we need to be quiet, so.
Okay.
Well, they can't scream if their threats are on fire.
That's a valid point. Right.
Do
If
you
we've
want?
got 2 groups of 3 guards, we take out the 2 groups simultaneously, slash the throats, get them fucking dead, wake everybody else up here, mobilize, take the next group, get my fucking shit back.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Whoa.
So what do you want to do?
Do you want
What's
to
the
wake your
first-
guys
what's the
first?
first-
Do you want to wake your guys first?
everything.
Do you want to? What did you say you wanted to wake your crew, or do you want to just do it as yourselves?
No, what we're going to do is we're basically going to take out the guards first, then wake the crew, because if we wake the crew, there's a chance they might be aware of what we're doing. All of a sudden, if, say, 6 or 7 of the guys in the conveyor belt aren't working,
Yeah.
they might be aware of that, whereas if we take the guards out first, then we can wake everyone up.
Okay.
So there's 4 of us to take on 6 guards.
I'm pretty sure I can take out 3.
Well, 3 each.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool.
So you've got the guard that was pissing is now back. So there's now 3 guards left. He didn't seem to have washed his hands.
He dies first.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just off. So the way it's laid out, you're standing up one end of the conveyor belt. You've got 2 guards kind of spread here and 1 fella here. So these 2 are closest to you.
Is that the one that peed?
The one that peed is here.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Weapons wise, what have they got on them?
They all have hand axes.
Are
But
they
They
like,
have
holding
a
their
hand-
hand axes?
only hand axes.
Are they holding them?
They're holding them,
brandishing
yeah. Now, the guard that came back out after having a pee is now searching for his hand axe.
Oh.
Oh yeah, well he hasn't got a hand axe. Okay.
Yeah. I have it.
I'll sign up to one of the 2 lads, and
Yeah.
what I'll do is basically move to basically grab one guy's axe. So I'm going to take that and slash the first guy's throat, and then once that happens, take the
Okay.
second guy in the head with a cleave, and then
Okay.
turn around
You
and
get
throw
you
it.
get a surprise round.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I move at the same time? Is it right?
You could see he's
Simultaneously.
you're going at 2 cards all at once yourself. So you have the surprise round taking the good guy's axe.
Yeah.
But as soon as you take that axe, we're then into combat.
Yeah, but I'm reckoning I'm going to get the perception on him because he's not going to be aware of what happens, or be mildly surprised by the fact that his mate's throat just exploded.
Yeah, he'll probably roll with disadvantage on that one.
Yeah. That's
But,
the chance
so
I'll take.
okay, what do you want to do?
So he's gone on. He's gone after one group of 3 starting.
Well, one group of 2. Still
One
the
group
third
of
guard
3.
is looking for his axe. Do you want to give it back to him?
Yeah, in the throat.
Right. So do you want to go for the third guard who's searching for his axe?
Yeah.
Grant. Okay.
And range.
Now the surprise round.
Ooh.
For the
How
one
does
that-
that work?
Let me see now. It's all down to me whether I decide you want to do it.
Oh.
The surprise round is just an attack. You can choose to rage. I could be wrong in this, and whoever's watching it is probably screaming at the screen at the moment that I'm doing this wrong. But the way I'm going to do it is, you have a surprise round.
Mhm.
You get 1 round of attack on them,
Mhm.
and then on the next attack,
I can rage.
you can rage. They have to roll perception. So the first guy that Doc is going to pull the axe off,
Yeah.
and try and wrestle the axe from, gets to roll perception, but roll with disadvantage to see if he sees Doc coming.
Yeah.
Urdak is going to move in with Arun and help him.
Yeah.
So Doc, you get to roll your strength check with advantage.
Okay.
And Spina is going to, after you do your turn, Spina's going to do hers.
Okay.
So what I want Doc to roll, I want you to roll a strength check with advantage. I'm going to roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. This is to see if you get the axe. That's
13.
right. He fails the perception check. So you grab the axe.
I'm basically bringing it up and slashing at the same time.
Yeah.
So if he's standing there, all the axes.
He's holding the axe. You move in, you grab the axe out of his hand. He was very loosely holding it because he wasn't expecting anything. As far as he's concerned, all these people are in a trance. They also, you notice as you're going up, also have the blue eyes.
Okay.
He's like, "Whoa, what the?" This is also, you notice that most of the guards are made up of half orcs and half orcs and
They're not my crew, are they?
they're not your crew. They're half orcs and they're
Check that
goblins.
first.
So it's a mixed bag of half orcs and goblins that are making up the crew.
Right.
You managed to wrestle the axe out of that guy's hand, and he's like, "What the?" You are then moving in towards the other guy, and you're getting a surprise round. After you do that, we're gonna roll initiative. So you do your move first.
Okay.
So you're moving into attack.
Yeah.
With a hand axe. So a hand axe is just, I think it's +1 to hit. So you just roll to hit. Roll d20.
Oh no! Plus strength though, isn't it?
7. Did you miss?
No, I don't. 8.
That's an 8 to hit. So you come in swinging, and he's still looking, and you just kind of bring it down and clink off the wall beside it. He turns, he sees you.
no.
The spell is broken. He sees you. I need both of you to roll initiative, and I'll roll initiative for the other two.
19.
4.
Okay.
Oh no.
After being so stealthy.
I'm so
Arthur-
stealthy. Why are you always so stealthy?
I'd
So-
imagine, like, based on the timing, the entire floor is like slick at this stage. So, what would that be the case?
Oh, he was
well
in the little orcs room, so that's all.
You said it was just an alcove.
it was an
Yeah.
alcove that they used for the.
That's gonna
It's a
do it
peeing
down.
corner.
That's a fancy alcoves.
It's the
It's
peeing
alcohol.
corner. Every place has them.
Norman
It's
is
a pissy
so
alcohol.
obsessed with missing.
That wasn't Norman. That's
Sorry,
right.
Arun, what did you get?
I got 19.
19. Okay.
Yes, Ryan does bring it to
3
Norman's.
guards. What did you get? Guards here?
4.
4. 2. Hop. 2. 4. Oh, 1. Oh, 1. Okay, so R2. So what did you get again? Sorry? 4.
4.
4. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is +2.
Okay, so you go
So it's 14.
14. You go before the guards. So Hespina got to go first. She rolled a natural 20. Hespina's gonna. You just see her reach out and she fires a magic missile at first level. Magic missile at first level towards the guard that you missed. You see her reach her hand out. It hits automatically. It's a dex saving throw. And that's a natural 1.
Ooh.
1d floor.
1d floor.
1d floor.
It's a big, that's a big dice.
When you drop it.
That is a 5 to hit. So he takes it straight in. He turns, he goes straight in the chest and knocks him back against the wall.
Can't imagine the magic missiles are like kind of, Walter Card when they get shot in the stack.
Yeah. And now it's into Urdak. Oh, sorry, it's into Rune.
Yeah. So did I do the whole slash thing or?
No, so you
I
managed
got his
to-
axe, basically.
you got his axe, and that was the surprise round. You now are going for the guy. He's down the initiative order, so you get to go first.
Yeah. If I have him by surprise, I'm basically just gonna grab the axe with 2 hands like that and just into his throat and pin him up against the wall.
So you're gonna try and restrain him.
No, with the pointy ends, put it against his neck and
Jesus.
lift him up against the wall.
So
So
brutal.
forcefully decapitate him by pushing him
Okay.
backwards against the wall.
Roll an attack to see if you hit him.
Yeah, it's 13.
13 plus
13 plus 2.
2. That's
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yep.
That just hits.
Okay, cool.
Now roll a strength check to see if you can pin him.
Okay.
If you're restraining.
19
Ah!
plus
You
2.
roll for damage. The axe is +1. Sorry, yeah, it is. It's a.
See what?
Sorry, it's a D. Sorry. Do you have on your thing? Do you have hand axe on your?
I've got unarmed strike, bludgeoning.
What's your weapons?
Oh, remember I did pickaxe, yeah, because I didn't need hand axes. Remember I took down the last one?
Yeah.
Hand axe is D8 as far as I know.
As far as I know, it's D8. Yeah. I just want to confirm it.
Can't say that.
Okay, roll a D8 and it's +1.
That's 3.
3.
Yeah.
So +1 is 4.
No, 2.
2 is +1, so it's 3. Okay. Right, so next it's into the guard that got hit in the throat with a magic missile. He's going to turn, he's got no weapons, he's freaking out, he's been hit in the chest. He's just going to swing at you with an unarmed strike. So. Strike. That's
Well,
3.
that's
3 doesn't hit, I think.
What's your AC? Your AC is definitely not 3. So
Yeah,
he goes
no.
to swing, and he's like, whoa, and he misses, goes wide at one side. And now it's into you. You get to take an attack.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
battle axe is D8 and hand axe is D6.
Awesome. Cheers.
So I'm gonna go after that guy again. With my little hand axe.
Yep. So roll to hit.
Can't read. That was a 9.
9 in total. Okay. You swing. It's a dance that's going on over there. You're just swinging at each other, missing constantly. Now it's into the other guard who you've stolen the hand axe off again. He's unarmed, so it's an unarmed strike against you, and that is a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
Armor is 18.
Armor is 18. That does not hit. He goes to punch you. Just, oh, you're not wearing your armor. I think so. You're not wearing your armor, so
I think I
15
should.
would hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
15 would hit, but an unarmed strike is just plus your strength. Strength modifier on this fella. So he hits you for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
He goes boom, punches you in the chest, and you're just like.
have a solution for that.
Okay, next up is the guard you currently have pinned against the wall. He's restrained. He can't reach his axe. He's just going to kind of try and kick out at you. That is a natural 1. As he goes to swing out at you, the kind of blade just digs slightly deeper into him. He takes 4 points of damage. Okay, down back to the top of the round, it's Espina again. She is going to reach out towards the guard that's in now. While this is all happening, the other guards in the other end are starting to see the commotion here and they're moving forward. But they are a bit away at the moment. Espina is going to cast Lightning Bolt at 3rd level at the guard next to Aris here. That is also it's a dex saving throw. And they fail miserably.
It's good one, right?
This is 12d6, which is insane.
Is that what?
This guy's dead. She reaches out and you just see an arc come down her arm. You hear this thunderous loud noise as a bolt of lightning just streaks out, catches this guy in the chest, lifts him off the ground, pins him against the wall of the alcove that he was in pissing in, and just fries him up into dust.
Oh, that's going to be a good smell.
The alcove now stinks of piss, shit, and burnt orc. The guards are moving
He
forward.
was shaking as well.
Well, other people was shitting there too. He's not doing anything now.
While you're there.
The other guards are moving forward, kind of stopping their tracks and kind of look at each other as they see this take place, and kind of look down at the little gnome that this massive energy came out of. And now it's into Urdak. Urdak is going to basically move up to the other guard that's tried to unarmed strike you and take an unarmed strike at him. But you notice as he does this, there's a flick of silver in his wrist and a dagger just appears and he moves forward towards the guy, looking like he's about to punch him.
It's about the tambourine this lad, is he?
Full on. And he's going to move in and it's plus 6 DC. That definitely hits. And it would be 4 plus 3. And that is a 5 to that guy. He reaches out and you just see him aim. His fist goes look as if he's going to punch him directly in the chest. It's a flash of silver, and you hear it like a shink, and there's now a gash across the guy's chest where it's a bit of a puncture wound. He's like, what the? Looks around him. It's now back into a room.
While I'm holding the guy up with the axe, can I turn and snarl using dreadful aspect and make the rest of them shit their pants?
You can. What is that saving throw? A wisdom saving throw, or
basically they had to make a wisdom saving throw, or they shit their pants for a minute.
Is this a radial thing? How many, can you aim this? Is it
Just
aimed or
just a straight minute of
within 30
shitting
feet.
themselves.
within everyone within 30 feet?
Yep.
So that would include the 2 guards that are with you, and the rest of the guards have moved up now. So that
It's
they're
the
all
guys
within-
moving in. I want to just basically hoop for a minute. Just
Okay.
Nice.
hang on, lads. Don't move.
So it's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
This is the mankest ship. Like,
the DC on that?
DC 13.
13. They all fail. I rolled like 10, 12, and like 1. I think one of them actually crit failed. So what's the effect of that?
It basically makes them frightened of me for a minute.
They're frightened of you for a full minute. So that gives them the effect on that. They have a disadvantage
For frightened, yeah.
for frightened. So they have disadvantage against saving throws, I think, and
Yeah, because we were frightened in the last session.
They have disadvantage on attack rolls.
it's disadvantage. I think on most things they get, but it's against you. I think directly.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Why?
I have extra attack.
You do.
Yeah.
You can choose to use it or not.
Yeah. Why the fuck wasn't I using it? That's why I'm a fucking idiot.
Okay. It's a learning process.
So okay, while doing that, extra attack.
Right, you're just going to go in and like a roll attack on them again. Roll with advantage because you have them restrained.
That's a 10.
Did you roll twice? Did you roll 2d20s?
Oh, okay, sure.
Roll twice. Roll with advantage. Take
Well,
the
it depends on 1, it's ignore 1.
So just 10
Yeah,
to hit.
Plus your 2, 12.
12, that misses. For some reason, as you're pushing in, he seems to push against you and restrain. The blade is going deeper.
He's
Yeah.
distracted by the like
Distracted by the guy shitting.
the sound of like 4 dudes just stream shitting themselves.
He would have been the one. He would have been one of the people shitting himself.
Yeah.
You've stabbed him in the neck. He's
Okay.
probably already shitting.
So into the guard that is now to your side. That Urdak is stabbed in the chest. He's going to take a swing at Urdak. That is going to miss. He's got some shit. And he basically swings. Urdak steps towards it like, I don't think so, little buddy. Now it's into Arif.
PSP on.
I'm not having a good range. I forgot to rage this.
You forgot to rage. Would you like to rage?
Are you letting me?
It's your choice.
Okay, it might help.
Okay.
Big raging after missing those last 2 lads.
Arif is only rage, so she is.
Big raging, so she is. So I am gonna go for an unarmed strike against the other card.
Grant.
And that would be 8
That definitely hits.
and then is
It's your strength plus so deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier. So what's your strength modifier?
so my strength modifier is plus 4.
So you hit him for 5 points. You basically come in and
Oh, plus my raging.
yeah. So
That's
add that 3. So 8 in total. You come across and you just whack this guy in the chest. He's already taken 8 points of damage. That's a roll from 8 in total. Did you say
So sorry, it was
5 plus 3.
5 plus 3, yeah.
He's looking pretty hurt after being stabbed in the chest. He's looking, and then he just gets clocked across the face by this raging half orc, like female is just coming down on him
Lots of
hard.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, full on. It's now into that guard, and he's like looking pretty pissed off and kind of like wondering what the hell's going on. I'm freaking out because this guy snarled at him as well. Does that give them disadvantage on attacks on everyone or just you?
It just says makes them frightened.
So this makes it fun. So that's
That'd be everyone.
that'll be everyone. So he rolls it. He basically goes in like, and just swings out at you with an unarmed attack and gets a 6 and definitely misses. Now it's into the last guard who you also have restrained, and he's still trying to move against you, frightened, and he's going to flail out. And that's a 2. So Hespina is back up to her, and she looks at the 3 guards that are coming towards her, and she turns and looks at Urdak, and she's going to cast Enlarge on him. She reaches out and puts her hand on him, and you see Urdak swell up to the top of the corridor. He's just standing over them. And then she kind of steps behind him. He's like, well, look at all you little guys down there. It's actually, I mixed up the initiative round the last time, so you're actually next. And then it's Urdak, so it's into you again. Roll to attack.
18.
18, that definitely hits. Roll damage. So it's 1d6. 1d6 plus 1.
5. 6.
5.
5 plus 1 is 6.
6. You push it against the wall, and the bottom part of the body just goes, and the head is just left resting on the blade.
As he's dropping, can I just do an extra action to grab his axe?
You can.
Right.
So you've now got 2 axes.
Perfect.
And so, and that's down on the guard.
There's 2 guards are gone. Got 1 guard left. He's looking pretty pissed. Looking pretty scared. The others have kind of stood their ground. They're all kind of looking at each other. They're looking at Urdak as he's towering over them. Urdak is just basically going to move down and do an unarmed strike on the nearest 2, because his fist now takes in 2 of them. And he's going to. That is a. Yep, he's going to hit. I'm going to roll their initiative. Garbage. Yep, garbage. And he basically swings down, unarmed strike. I'm trying to remember what the large gives them. Let's see, large. Target size doubles in all dimensions, blah 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 blah.
All dimensions.
Yeah, oh my god, he missed his moving.
They get to deal 1 extra d4, 1 extra d4 damage. So unarmed strike is a strength modifier plus 1 plus extra d4. The strength. Okay. That is. Oh, wow. He comes down on both of them with 9 points of damage. The ground quakes and they're like, oh, and they're knocked prone. So they're lying flat on the ground. They're going to take 9 points of damage. It is now into Artir.
Okay, so how many have we left standing at this point?
You've got the 1 guy next to you who is stabbed and punched in the face by you, looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
Then there's the 2 guys that have now been knocked prone by Erdak.
Yeah.
And the 1 guy that's kind of further back as well. So in total you've got 4.
I'm gonna take it the one nearest me.
Yeah.
Still raging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strike that.
14 in total.
Yeah, including the original part.
It's 15.
Balls!
You go to swing out, and it's like he manages to duck to one side, and he misses, unfortunately. It is now into the 2 guards that are not prone. They're going to spend half their movement and stand up. They kind of look at each other, look up at Erdak, and they're both going to go for his ankle. One of them, the first one's going to go for his ankles. That is no. Second one, no. These guys are rolling terrible. They're going in and they go to swing at these giant legs, and they can't hit them. They're like, what the hell? Their small hand axes just glance off his kind of bandaged up armoured legs that they can't hit at. The last guy at the back is kind of going to move forward and also take a swipe at Erdak because he's taking up the most space. That hits 1d6. He hits Erdak for 4 points of damage. Okay, now it's up the top of the round. Espina's going to reach out and cast Ray of Frost. A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks out towards the front, one of the front, or one of the, it's actually a goblin, hits him. Let me see now. Ranged attack spell. That is a hit. Wow. And that hits for 1d8 cold damage. Is a 7 cold damage. It hits the guy square in the chest. And he actually freezes on the spot. He starts to crack. And shatters. So that's one guard, another guard down. Erdak again is going to just basically unarmed strike the other 2 that are at his feet. He's actually going to just lift one of his feet up and just swing it about and see if he can catch them with it. He swings it about and they manage to dodge. He rolled a 4. Swings his leg about, they're all kind of dodging between it, and he manages to not hit them. It's now, again, I've done it, I've mixed up the initiative round. It's your turn next.
So there's still the one that herself is murdering, and then there's the 2 lads.
There's 2 guys left over beside Erdak. There's the one that's beside Aratir.
Okay, I'm fairly close.
You can
To
move to
Aratir?
any of them. They're close to all. They're all within your movement range.
Okay, I'll run up and give Artie a hand, just basically 2 axes in the back.
Whoop. Roll for attack.
That'll be 13.
13. That does not hit. It's 15 to hit. Was the AC?
Yeah,
That's
top
15.
is
Oh, sorry, you said 13.
Yeah, 13 plus 2 is 15.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, roll damage.
Okay.
It's 2d6.
That's a 6. And that's a 5. So that's 11 plus. What's the bonuses?
You basically carve across this guy's head. Boom, another decapitation. The head spins up in the air. The body flumps to the ground. The head rolls off into a corner.
I just snarl you. Stop playing with your food. Come on.
So there's 2 guards left. They're kind of running in and out between Erdak's legs. Aratir is now to you.
I'm going to take that little hand axe I had and lob it at one of you.
You're gonna throw it.
Yeah. Can I? Is it? Can I throw it?
You can if you wish. Yeah, I think it's range.
Will I use it? Will I use it the same way I throw a javelin?
Yeah.
So that's plus 5 hit and it's piercing damage.
Well, that's the javelin statistic.
Yeah.
So
but
you want to just throw a ranged attack. So you want to see if you hit them first. That hits.
18, 19.
That hits. Roll for damage. 1d6 plus 1.
Plus 1.
Plus 1 is the hand axe statistic. So it's you roll a d6
Yeah.
and whatever damage you get from the d6 you add in.
5 plus 1, 6. And
6.
the raging.
You do get your rage on as well. So you add your rage to that as well. 8. So 6 plus 8, that basically.
No, 8 total.
8 in total. So I think one of them has been hit. So you basically lob the axe.
Yeah.
It catches one of them in the back of the head. It knocks him forward. He slats into the side of Erdak's leg, and you just see him slide down, and just drop dead. So there's only 1 guard left.
It's fucking time.
And he's now looking nervously between you and the very large furball that's swinging his leg about the place, and then the small gnome that seems to be exuding some crazy amount of power. It is now back up to Espina, and she is just going to throw a firebolt. She's going to throw a firebolt at this guy. And that hits him square in the fucking chest. Roll the natural. Right. So double this. 1d10. She hits it for 8 damage. He actually hasn't been hit yet. You see the fireball catches him across the chest and squeals, moves back. Kind of looking around again, wondering what the hell he's going to do. It's into Arun.
Leaping in the air, 2 axes.
Yeah,
Basically going to try and get him either side of his head.
Cool. Roll for attack.
Oh shit. That's a 20 and a 15, so it's 2 hits.
2 hits. Natural 20. Roll for damage. Double your damage on it.
Okay.
He's fucked.
Only 2 twice, so that's 3 and 3 plus 6, 5. So it's 10 and 6, 10, 20.
20 in total.
Yeah.
You come down on this guy and you catch him on either side of his head and you push down. You basically cut his. The bones just break and you're deep down into his chest and both sides of his body just flop.
Can I blood eagle?
What? Can you what?
Blood eagle. I'm watching too much Vikings.
Yeah.
So you just basically see this, the middle part of his body stays where it is, and then it just peels back, and his arms flop at a weird angle, and he drops it, and he's just like, and you're just standing there holding him up with the axes embedded in his chest. You get over halfway down. He is dead.
It's like he went back in time to make sure he never existed.
While this finishes off, we are now going to move to Loran.
Can I lay hands afterwards? Just to.
You can, yeah, we can do all that stuff. We're now going to move to Loran. Loran, you kind of find yourself waking up.
Please be stripper. Please be stripper.
You find yourself lying on this large array of these beautifully adorned cushions on this, what looks like a bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's drapery all around you, the finest. You hear music. You're kind of like, you're a bit discombobulated. You don't really remember what happened. To yourself. You do know that the rest of the crew were charmed, but you don't remember being charmed.
Okay.
All you remember is darkness and then nothing.
Okay.
And you wake up
in this what looks like a very extravagant room. It's huge. You hear music. Roll a perception check for me.
22.
22.
That's a solid roll.
Very perceptive is our Loran.
Off to the side, you notice there's like a large screen, a folding screen, and you hear somebody getting undressed from behind you.
Oh,
Shit go, wow.
I'll
And
take Rem.
it's like,
I'll take Rem.
I hear you're awake. I will be with you shortly. You recognize the voice.
Yeah.
It kind of, you don't know what to do. You're kind of at a loss. You're either shocked or
I think he thinks he's dreaming, to be honest.
yeah. I knew I'd find you. I knew you'd turn up eventually. Our paths would cross. It's a strange land, this. I did not expect to find what I found here, but I found you.
Can I move?
You can
Am I
move,
allowed
yeah.
to
You can do what you want, yeah. What do you want to do?
He just kind of like sits up and he's like, I've had this dream, but this isn't that, is it?
Oh, but you're definitely not dreaming.
Oh shit. Oh, that's not good.
It's good to see you, my shining prince.
You look well.
And you see, as you say this, the character moves from behind the screen, and you see this tall tiefling, kind of deep, kind of blue, a very deep blue skin. It's very much like a night sky color. They're dressed in a kind of a similar. They're kind of like the opposite to your kimono. It's a dark kimono with kind of silver thread woven through it, with stars. There's a moon embroidered on the back of it. They're tall. They've got long, kind of bluey grey hair that's tied back. The horns kind of move up and then curl back slightly over the head. They seem to be wearing nothing else under the kimono, just a kimono.
It's fine.
And they move out, and he's like, I can't believe I found you here. Of all places, here. You came to me.
Well, I didn't really come to you, did I? I mean, it's sort of just. I mean,
You're here.
well,
I did not. I thought I was going to have to go find you, or it's so
yeah,
good.
yeah. No, it's just because I thought we left things in a way that was like pretty finished.
Do you remember how we left things?
I think so, probably. I know I left, and you know.
He looks puzzled when you say you remember how you left things. You know, he walks over to where he has a selection of drink decanters and vials and different things. Can you roll another perception check for me, please?
Butt plugs.
16?
16. You see him pour a drink for himself. And he kind of motions towards you, asking you if you want one.
Oh, I'm good.
As he kind of moves back, you notice he picks a vial, a small vial, that looks like it's like an upside down teardrop, where the top part of it is sharp. And it seems to be the liquid inside is a bluish, swirling silvery blue, and the tip seems to be like it's got a kind of reddish tinge to where the tip is. He pours some of it into the drink he makes for himself, and he places it back. He tries to do this like sleight of handish,
Sure.
but your perception was high enough that you could see it.
Yeah.
And he swirls his drink, and he kind of motions towards a kind of a large area of these cushions that are like extravagant carpets, and there's wall hanging and stuff, and he's like, shall we sit?
I've got several dozen questions, actually. Many. A lot.
You always were my bright star with the questions.
Yeah, no, it's just. What the fuck?
Well, where do you want to start?
Where's my. I was with people.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're working.
Yeah, well, I just
They're
kind of. Well, I mean, there's just. You know, there's two of them that I kind of liked, and I was just wondering, like, where they are.
Which two were these? He looks jealous. There's a genuine look over his face. It changes, and you see this kind of look that you recognise as jealousy. He's like, which two did you like?
Well, not like. Well, maybe what a little. It's relevant anyway. But I mean, she tall orc lady and the corpse man.
corpse man? Do you mean the wizard?
Yes.
Yes, I have him being looked after. The orc lady, she's been put to work. She's being useful.
Oh.
Don't worry. They listen to what I tell them
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
people tend to, don't they? Yeah, it's a whole thing with you. Right.
I love this.
I need to go.
Don't you want to catch up? I've so many things to show you.
I really rather you didn't.
I want to show you. Please come. I want to show you what I've built here. I built it for us.
Oh, man.
It's for us.
Listen.
He stands up and motions towards what you see now. There was a double doors at the back of the room, and he opens them up, and the sea air comes in, and it looks like there's a balcony area, and you hear like the gulls and
More, please.
and you see that you hear the lapping of the ocean against what you think is something. It's like it's breaking against rocks. It's, just let me show you the view.
Oh, we're fine. I'm a slut for a view. Come on.
He motions you out, and you come out onto this balcony, and you look down, and you see this what looks like it's basically a city on the ocean, built mostly it's wood and metal, but most of it seems to be made from bone. Because welcome to the eternal dragon city. When I came to this place, it was nothing. I found creatures that needed my help. I was given power. I became their leader. They listened to me. It is a place of peace. It is, as you look around and you see these giant kind of, what looks like a giant ribcage. It's enormous. That it basically encapsulates the entire settlement below. It's coming up out of the ocean like these they look like two giant hands, but it's clearly a ribcage of some sort. You then flash back to the giant skull of the dragon that you went into. And he's like, I found the body of what I can only describe as an eternal dragon. It was heavily decomposed, and we set to work. We built this place.
Oh, she
Yeah.
had
You got every word.
on Dragon Ball.
Sorry,
Oh.
Very good.
Did Naomi do that or did Loran do that?
Oh, let's say me, because
Alright.
in a way.
He goes, I have become successful. I have a place. I have a kingdom I've always wanted. We wanted a kingdom.
I know. Yes, we sure did. Then that was before, and well, let's put this on the back burner for like 20 minutes because I gotta just look. If you want this, you want me to talk to you, and you want me to like be all like, oh wow, this is brilliant. Can I just see my group first?
It will take some time to get. He's getting agitated now at this point.
But listen, I mean, you're here and you're like, oh, I built this for us, but you're not listening to what I want, and you never listen to what I want.
This used to work. I used to be able to tell you. I used to be able to say things, and you would do them.
Yeah, I know.
What happened? He's more talking to himself, really. He seems very frustrated. He looks at the glass, and he's looking around. He's looking more at the glass. He's like, why doesn't this work? Fine. You want to see your friends, my prince? We can see your friends. I will have them brought for a viewing.
Well, can I have some time alone with them first?
I don't think that's.
I would really, really like that, actually.
That is not going
Darling.
to happen today. I need you to come and let me show you what I have built.
I thought that was this. I thought this was the.
This is
Let me show you.
this is the town. This is the city. I need to show you the enterprise, what we are building here, how I built it for you.
I mean, you didn't even know where I was.
I followed you here. into this world, this land, whatever this place may be.
I mean, it was just across the sea. It's not that dramatic, is it?
You really don't remember, do you?
I remember fine. Just, I want to see my friends.
Okay, my bright son.
Fine.
We shall do it. I will give you your viewing of your friends.
That you keep saying that.
Well, yes.
It's not the word I use or want to use. It's a.
Please, take a seat. I shall dress and we will go and see your friends.
Fine.
Oh my god, I really want to do a friend intervention right now. But I'm nowhere near.
He goes to get dressed. You sit back there. We're going to come back to these guys.
Sure.
We are going to come back to you guys now. For what you guys are investigating. You've cleared the area. Do you want your laying on hands? That's fine. Everyone's healed up. Do you want to actually no, lay on hands? Who are you healing? Is it laying on who are you laying on hands to?
Right,
Just yourself.
I got 3 you. Need a bit.
I didn't take any damage.
I don't think anyone else did. It was just you.
Cool.
So, do you want to wake up your crew?
What?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Maroon, I think we should
Oh yeah.
wake up your boys.
Fucking straight up.
Okay, you wake up
Let's
the
get
two
the band
lads.
back together, boys.
For expediency, basically, you wake up the two lads, and they basically are what the hell. They have no idea what the hell's going on.
Catch
They
them
look
up
to
to speed.
you catch them up to speed.
Catch 'em up.
And Hispina's like, right, the next section over is where the rest of your team are.
Right.
In general areas, but it's in the next area. It's a larger area where they ship everything out, graded and put on the ships. That's where they are.
There's only one door out of here, isn't
This way, yes.
Okay.
Okay, before we go, let's fleece all the weapons left on.
I was literally about to say that, yeah. 2 left with you.
They're gonna
So
get
there's
mad.
what, 6 axes?
Yeah, there's axes, so there's 6 guards altogether, they each carry 1 hand axe.
Of the other people who were here, are any of them, like, are they here too long to be of any use? Like, did they know that they're combat proficient or?
They're all of different races, different types, so you can wake them if you wish, but there's no guarantee they're going to be willing to fight for your cause.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll
Could
do
be
all
more
these steps
trouble
later.
than it's worth.
Yeah, we'll just keep the 2 boys. Cool, right,
So there's 6 of us heading out.
I presume our friends Erdak and Hispina have their own weapon. We said they don't need it, so
I do have some concealed daggers, and Hispina obviously can take care of herself.
cool. Right, I'm gonna take 2 axes, throw an axe to each one of the boys. That means 2 axes.
Cool.
Cool.
So there's your 6
So
axes.
let's rock.
So you've got 2 hand axes.
Yep.
You make your way out into a kind of it's not so much a corridor, but it's a large area that has 10 feet in front of you. There's a kind of a railing, and then the rest past that railing, then it opens up out into a huge cavernous area that is made of kind of it looks like a giant sphere as such, but again, like the room previous, the ceiling's actually made up of kind of like bones that are woven together to make it kind of a ceiling area. The ground
An
area,
amphitheater, kind of a dome, like, is it?
very much so, like
Okay.
an amphitheater, and it rolls down, and there's a large opening actually multiple large openings, 3 large openings at the other end, where you can see dock areas where there's 3 boats.
Is my boat there?
Your boat is not there, but you can see. But there are 3 large boats that are being loaded with these crates.
Okay.
And you look down, and the conveyor belt that you were working on comes off here to your right. You notice there's another one here on the left, and they're feeding down into this area that then feed down into multiple sections that are loading these boxes into larger containers that are being hoisted up onto these ships.
So it's a medieval version of Satisfactory.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh?
It's a game where you build stuff and it does little kind of things and it sends things off in different directions.
Okay.
I need both of you to roll a perception check, and I'll roll for you 2.
Talks to lions.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
Just see those bones.
Oh no!
8.
Guys, I
Hispina-
think we're on
Hispina
the
goes,
sea.
Yeah, I see one of your friends down here, and you can probably see up here. There's definitely one up there, and you look down and you see Codeine is down in a conveyor area, much like previously what you guys were, but she's helping to load crates up into a large container that has been hoisted up onto a thing.
That's not using me properly.
Well, I would ask if any of my crew are there, but I'm too busy licking my own nose.
You can't see anything. She points up, and you see there are multiple cages suspended above in the amphitheater area, the large circular area, with different. You see some bodies are decomposing, skeletons, whatever, of different races. In one of them, you see Odin.
Oh no!
Am I like humming to myself? Nobody
I don't know where I've got the cup from.
Yes.
You've taken a femur of a creature that was an occupant of the cell before and
He's,
just banging it against the thing.
He's drilled holes into it and he has a little harmonica.
All right, there's the guy we were looking for. We gotta
That's
get him
Odin.
down.
Sorry.
Still no sign of Norman though. Norman can't be seen anywhere.
And we obviously haven't seen Loran either.
You haven't seen her around.
You just need to be looking for a regular human.
Yeah, just a sort of simple
Just a
human man.
stand-up guy.
You don't follow your eyes to find Norman.
Oh.
Espina, we need to get that chick and that guy out of there.
Does your perception ability thing work in here too, or are we?
I can cast invisibility in here on one of you. You can move freely, but I will need to get to them to wake them up.
Okay. So we are still able to move freely. Nobody can see us, or she can only make every one of us invisible.
So she has the ability to make some, but she has she can cast invisibility.
But the thing she did in the previous room is that's not an effect in this room.
No.
Right. Okay. Super sneaky. Right.
For anyone that's wondering, that's watching this, that was something I did homebrewy. That's not part of the stats. It's just something for the story. So.
A lot of people with nervous twitch going.
It's my game and I'll do what I want.
After the edit, could you get me the timestamp for that moment, please? I'm gonna need that.
That should be your new profile.
Use it as a meme.
So Hespina can cast invisibility. So invisibility is she lays on her hand. A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or is carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot, third level, you can target one additional creature for each slot. Now, she currently has invisibility, and she can cast it up to a second level, so she can make two people invisible if needs be.
Okay, so I want to get Cody.
You want to get Cody?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Espina,
girl.
hop on my back.
Well, do you want to take the backpack? That's what she was in, a backpack on the back of Urdak.
Yeah.
Urdak's backpack.
Say that fast.
Everything's back.
She was in my backpack and back
Backpack like your backpack.
So Espina's like, well, that is okay, fine. Because you are slightly, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference in the invisibility, but you are slightly smaller than Urdak. Urdak takes off the backpack, gives it to you. She then clambers in.
Yeah.
She casts invisibility on you and on herself.
Yeah.
So the way, just to give you a kind of context of the way this would work, you're able to move invisible. Anything on your person is invisible, so therefore the backpack is invisible.
Yeah.
She's in the backpack. If she casts a spell, the invisibility on her will fade, but it won't fade on the backpack. So they won't see her because she's in the backpack.
Oh, okay.
Backpack's inception.
And who's carrying the backpack?
Aratir is carrying the backpack.
And someone's in the backpack.
Someone's in the backpack.
And the backpack is invisible.
The backpack's invisible. It's Urdak's backpack that's invisible on Aratir's back.
How does your backpack his backpack?
Now, the thing about it is just I don't know what the spell lasts. So it's a cantrip, so she can cast that and then cast her spell, which is also a story point that I invented as well for this. So where she can uncharm these creatures.
Okay.
I would prefer if we stuck to the rules. Wayne.
I came here for rules.
Oh,
I came here for
You
adding.
may not
The
find
rules control the fun!
You may not find Norman ever.
That suits me. Can stop.
Norman's off living his best life.
Yeah, I'm not even on the boat. I left.
An Irish goodbye from Norman. Didn't even say
Look,
goodbye. Just left.
he's off in the middle of the sea now.
Yeah.
Trapped in the rules of the
So the spin is in the backpack on your back.
Okay.
You're both invisible.
We're gonna have a little
Will you be back?
sneak over to.
Yeah, you're
Cody.
invisible, so you just need to make your way through.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just bunker down behind something.
Yeah, you guys should kind of stay out of sight in case there's any guards.
Ogan is still up there in the thing.
Okay. Right. Make my way over to Cody.
As you make your way down, you notice there's a lot more guards here.
Yeah.
And again, they all seem to be charmed in some way. They've got the blue eye thing going on. Everyone has. The guards here seem to be more heavily armed as they're closer to the material going on the boat. They've armoured up. They've got like leather. Some have got chainmail. Some of them have spears, larger axes, long swords strapped to their back. The whole lot.
Ooh, hang on.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything I carry then becomes invisible, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to do a sleight of hand and take it off somebody. A sleight of hand with disadvantage because you're not a fucking rogue.
No,
Yeah.
She's
We'll
stealthy
make
as one, but very
Yeah.
large.
it's alright. We'll make her invisible and she can do it. Right. Okay. So heavily armored guards on our way to go get Codeine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You make your way down. You go down. There's a set of stairs that go down on the right side and it comes down on this side of the area that lead into the tree docks. And it's pretty chock-a-block with people. I think there are guards moving up and down.
Okay.
Roll a perception check for me.
We don't like these. 14.
As you're making your way down, you look over to your right and kind of elevated up and onto the wall. You see what looks like an office of some sort. It's a shack that's built out of wooden bones and leather kind of tarpaulins over the top of it. That's
She just can't resist.
it's up on the wall, and you notice that there's a large window cut into the side of it. And looking out of the window, overseeing the whole thing, there seems to be some. He kind of comes across as being the person in charge of this area. He's a large human, not too like he's tall, broad, wearing a bit of armor. And you're looking in the window, you can see kind of arrayed behind him are different kind of like weapons on the wall and stuff like that. And that's pretty much what you make out as you make your way to Cody.
Okay. Hisbina, how close do we need to be before you can unthrall my friend Cody?
I need to be within 5 feet of her. You need to get pretty close.
Okay. Keep making my way to Cody and dodging people as we go. How long does it take us to get there?
You get there within 5 to 10 minutes, roughly, as you make your way across. Doc, what are you guys doing? You guys are just staying hunkered?
I'm waiting for orders.
Okay. Well, you can
Because
sit.
if we start going in, we run the risk of waking everybody up and having to fight every single dude here. So it makes more sense to be prudent than just sit down and wait till she gets the next guy we need, and then from there.
Okay,
decide
okay,
what
that's fine. Just want to check and see what you're doing. That's fine.
Yeah.
We are now going to cut back to Loran. You are walking through the corridors of this, it's corridor after corridor. As the character you know as Valak is telling you, basically, he's trying to buddy you up, telling you all the things that he's created and made, all in your name. He said, I have found the most wonderful creatures, and they are all doing my bidding. They will die for me. I have a small army here. We can live so comfortably, like kings. The kings we should be. The kings I wanted us to be.
I know. This is just a lot. It's just very overwhelming. You know, you're gonna have to understand. You know, it's just a lot.
As you're walking along, you see there's a heavily guarded area off to your right. It's a corridor, kind of like a crossroads, and it's pretty compact. You haven't really seen many guards as you've gone along, but as you come to this particular crossroads, you look to your right, and there's a corridor that seems to have guards all the way along.
Okay.
There's about 4 on one side, 4 on the other side, and the far end of the corridor there is a large door.
Okay.
And I need you to roll a perception check for me.
No, that's only a 6.
dear.
6. You just see this corridor, the guards in the door, and kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
As he's talking, as Valak is talking, there's a few phrases that he keeps saying. He keeps calling you by kind of like endearing terms as far as he's concerned.
Sure.
Each time he says one of these endearing terms, something in the back of your mind twitches, shifts. You're kind of trying to remember something, but it's like there's a block.
Okay.
And every time he says it, it's like somebody's taking a brick away from the wall that's covering something.
Okay.
And every time he gives you a term of endearment, it's like you're starting to piece things together, but you don't know exactly what it is.
Sure.
Because right through here is our production area of what we sell, and it gives people that don't have anything, it gives them everything. It may shorten their life ever so slightly, but you know, it's give and take in this world.
You only live once.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. See, you knew. You see it.
Yeah.
You see it. It's amazing. I'm giving something to them and making them better for it. And I'm giving everyone here a purpose. They have a purpose. You could have a purpose with me.
Yeah, no, you mentioned viewing and friends and...
We are on the way to find them.
Okay, yeah, cool. So, you been home recently?
This is...
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, home. No.
That was your home,
Okay,
not mine.
I guess. Okay. So, go on.
He brings you further through and he brings you into a production line, basically. Something very familiar. You've seen something like what you saw back in Henrik's Point. This one is more, they're putting the ingredients together.
Mm-hmm.
They have these large crystalline fragments at one end of a conveyor, and you see a multitude of people, pearly dressed, some of them looking a bit sick, and they're chipping away at these crystalline things, and it seems to be the source of what this red dust is. The coloration on the crystalline kind of block that they're chipping away is huge. Takes up a large section of the room at one end. It's multicolored. It's flashing back and forth. But as they chip it away, the sections that they chip off seem to fade and eventually turn red. And they're bottling this stuff up. Every now and again when they're doing it, some of the dust is green. Not all the time, but every now and again.
Okay.
And that is bottled up very quickly,
Okay.
corked, and moved along. And you
Okay.
see the stuff moving along a conveyor belt again. People are checking it and moving it. Roll a perception check for me again.
Lordy. No, it's another 6.
Okay. As far as you can tell, everyone here is doing this willingly. They're all
Okay.
doing what they're working diligently. There's nobody complaining. Everyone's just keeping their heads down. They're working away. You do notice that there are guards here.
Sure.
Not as many as you saw in that corridor. There's like maybe a dotted 4 or 5 throughout the room, and there's one walking up and down, kind of inspecting what people are doing. You do notice as you get closer to the guards, particularly the blue glow in their eyes, and you kind of remember that the liquid from the room was the same kind of glow.
Sure.
It seems like you kind of, that tweaks in your head for some reason. You're kind of looking at, that's kind of strange. Valak is waffling on about this whole enterprise, and he's telling you that this is something that he built from the ground up.
He kind of like interjects. He's like, wait, hang on. You're behind all this shit.
Well, this is
The red. All this. This is you.
Well, this here, yes, this is what I'm telling you. We're building this. I'm building this so we can have what we want.
Have you got like we don't have PowerPoint, but like a breakdown chart of all of this? Because I'm very confused. How is this for us? What?
We can have all of this. We can rule this kingdom, this land, through this power. These are all my enthralled. They follow me everywhere. Anything I ask of them, they will do. Watch. And he calls over one of the workers. He's like, come here. The worker sits bolt upright and looks over, and is the look of awe on their face that they're being addressed by Valak. He's like, my lord, you honor me? Yes. See that window? Jump out.
Come on. Seriously?
The person stands up. As my lord wishes. Runs out the window. Gone. I have power here. We can rule. They do what I wish.
Okay, no, you've made that pretty clear. That's fine. Right, got it. You're in charge. You're the big, good for you. This is definitely your calling. Right. So the group I was with, they're not walking out windows or anything, though.
They are working. They are.
Yeah, but
making
they're not.
themselves
Useful. Okay, good. Yeah. I know I keep nagging about that point. It's just, it would really comfort me to know they're okay. It would mean a lot to me.
Well, we are on the
And
way
I
to
would like-
see them now.
Yeah.
I was giving you a tour first.
Yeah, it's a good tour. red stuff. Wow. Ooh, I've seen that stuff in action. That's wow.
It is power.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Seen a lot of drama come from that stuff.
We like drama.
Well,
and he gives a flourish, and he's like,
Sure.
you know, Kate Billows is like,
oh, he's doing
We-
my thing now. But
we live for the drama.
Agreed.
We're very close to one of your friends now.
Okay.
And he marches you through. We're going to cut back to you guys.
Okay.
So you have moved up the coding.
Yep.
You're right next to her. He's like,
Hispina,
Spina, yeah.
that half elf right there, that's who I need you to cast your magic on.
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
Unenthrall her.
One thing,
Okay.
we need to make sure she doesn't freak out when we wake her up. This is a very crowded area. My spell isn't going to contain everyone.
What would you suggest?
Stand close to her.
Uh-huh.
Place your hands on her.
Uh-huh.
Close that you can speak in her ear when she wakes. As soon
Okay.
as she wakes, you tell her to stay calm, keep quiet.
Okay.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cody, calm down. It's Aratir. You're safe.
You wake up and it's like you're waking up. It's groggy. You hear Aratir's voice after a moment, but you're kind of thrown by your surroundings.
I gotcha.
What's happening?
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. I rolled a 9.
What's your modifier?
Your wisdom takes up +1.
10. That's exactly what you needed to roll. You remain calm. You don't freak out. What do you want to do?
I realise I've been doing something I wasn't doing by choice, so I'm going to physically keep kind of doing it and
Okay.
ask Aratir questions.
Okay.
Okay, Aratir, where are we exactly?
Okay. I'm invisible. In case you hadn't realized.
Because I just thought she was behind me. Oh my god.
So, don't forget. So the fact that you're
Sure,
still
okay.
doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's
Yep.
cool.
Okay.
So yeah, we went through that big dragon head thing.
Yeah.
I woke up maybe an hour ago. I have a rune with me. I have 2 of the rune 5. We've made some new friends in the form of a tiny gnome who is in the backpack on my back, and she's just released you from the spell that you
Of course you did. I mean, of course.
And
This is
My
so
name
much
is
information.
Spina.
This is my
My
first
name is
guy.
Spina, and might I say, we might need to move very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, we're surrounded by guards. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
And we need Ogun is in a cage above us. We also need to find Loran and Norman.
Could I cut him down?
You're stealthy and agile. And
Not as much as you sometimes.
yeah, but at least your class and race allows for that. I'm just a freak. Yeah, so can Hispina make her invisible?
No, because you can only make
Yeah.
2 people invisible
Okay.
until the end of the spell.
Well, that's alright.
But hang on, she's making herself and me.
Yeah.
But she's in the
She's
backpack.
no longer invisible herself, but she's used the spell for today. She can't do it again.
Ah, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so I'm invisible. If I hug.
Let me hear poke.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
if you
will it make her invisible too?
If we perform a standing spoon, are we gonna be alright?
No, you
Damn.
will not turn invisible.
Okay, alright.
So it's a case of like it's really you can it's what you guys
Well,
want
I'm
to do here.
supposed
So
to be here, so Aratir, you tell me which fucking direction to go, and I'll go. Are we gonna try bring Ogun with us, or conceal ourselves and then get Ogun?
I think actually it wouldn't be a bad idea to get you back to the rest of the crew that are hiding in the corner over there where I left them, and to devise a plan to get Ogun and knock out a few of these guards. How many guards are there again?
In total, you've got a lot more here. So you have the main guy overseeing the whole thing, so he can see the whole area.
Right.
On each kind of platform going towards the docks, you've got at least 5 guards,
Okay, so you're talking
All-
15 guards,
all armored and
heavily armored. Yeah.
heavily armored. Not heavily armored, but armored to a degree with leather armor and some with chainmail. But they have better weapons.
Hey, Aratir, I'm a worker here, and I presumably still look like one of everybody else. They know me here. Do you think if I went to walk to Ogun in a way that suggests I'm doing it because I've been told to, as someone who is in a thrall, like am I going to? Do you think I could make it look like someone walking into a
You could
building
get
site
away
and
with it.
walking out with some tools? I mean,
What do you think,
we could do that?
Christina? If you've been aware of how this works
Well,
longer than me.
Everyone has their place here, but what I might suggest is you definitely act like you belong here. I could maybe cause a distraction slightly, so it maybe move them to one direction and you got this walk.
Excellent.
That
Could
might
you-
be something.
Yeah, could like, I don't know, some sort of just, or make 2 of the other workers have a little tiff and distract the guards.
What
or
I can
something.
do, I can make a sound or something appear over here, illusionary.
Yeah.
And the guards can investigate it, and you could make your escape.
That would be.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
All right, Archer, let's do it.
Yeah.
Rune.
Everybody looks like they're doing their own thing and stuff. looks
Is
like
it
they're
crime?
Huh?
Has everyone come up with an idea, and is it
It's
crime?
a crime.
Of the guys we massacred back there, would any of them have been my body type so I could nick their clothing?
They were half orc and
Some of them are half orc, yeah. Some of them are
Yeah,
half
so
orc.
while they're sneaking in there, could I just double back and just
If you
They're
want,
gonna
yeah,
be
you want to
so
stormtrooper
full of
roast these
shit.
things?
They're gonna be so full of
a
shit.
round 2.
yeah, bring my boys, run back and basically make ourselves
Look like guards.
look like guards.
And so you want a Chewbacca Erdak.
Kind of a thing, yeah.
So he's a 7.5 foot tall furball.
Well, no, I was thinking more the fact that we don't have to be hiding behind a crate. We can stand there and look like we're guarding shit. and
Okay.
take
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, okay.
So it's 2 in a room, and they're just gonna wiggle.
Oh!
It's an old
Right, so,
place.
yeah, so, and you were doing this while Aratir's
Yeah,
moving
while they're down there, I was thinking, hang on a minute. I'm still in my robes. I've no clothes. They've got armour. Lads, let's go.
So they've got slight leather armour, is what they have.
Cool.
But at the very least,
Special.
you'll be concealed.
You look like
one of
you
them
look
because
like
you're
guards.
half orc.
Exactly,
look like
that's the plan, yeah.
So, you've guarded up with yourself and 2 of your guys.
So we have the magic eye jobs, do we?
Yeah, that's automatic.
Perfect.
Spina does that automatically when you wake Spina. Spina can do the prestidigitation, which will make a noise.
Yep.
Or distract the guards in some way, and you guys want to make your way through. So you're invisible, so you're fine. I need you, while they're distracted, she reaches out and you see a large sign appear out of nowhere, like a giant neon sign.
Distraction!
Is it? Oh my
A
god!
giant neon sign that just says,
Say get it here. Please say get it here.
"Eat at Goblin Joe's." Just appears up over beside the foreman office, and they all kind of just turn and look at this.
I love Goblin Joes.
The best.
I have coupons for that place.
You're okay. I need you to roll the stealth check. Even though they're distracted, you're going to have
No
to sneak
bother.
past them.
It's distracted us.
You can
or
roll it
something.
with advantage. Roll with advantage.
Okay.
Ogun is in his cage.
Sorry. Yeah.
17.
Okay, 17.
17. Yeah, you sneak past, no problem whatsoever. You get past, you're up onto the stairwell, and as you're coming back up, then Spina drops the invisibility spell, so Aratir becomes visible, and you are met with what at first you see these 3 guards, and they're like, oh, and you see Urdak just standing there. And he's like, hi. And the 3 guards, Arun is there with his 2 other members of his crew. What's the next?
Why? I went to them.
That's where you were leading back up. Where did you want to
No,
go?
I want to go get Ogun while they
Ogun
were
is
looking
hanging
over
out
there.
the ceiling above you in a cell.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
over
yeah,
near
he's-
them. Okay,
So,
good stuff.
so where you were was over here.
Yeah.
Here hanging
You
out
were
the
there,
ceiling
right,
is Ogun,
yeah.
and they're up on a platform that's overlooking everything. They're actually closer to Ogun here than you would have been down
Good
there.
stuff. All right, I'm going to make
Yeah.
my way up to them
Yeah.
and get busy.
Grand.
Badger freeing.
Right.
I know he's not a badger.
So there was.
Oh, sure.
Is there any more of Arun's crew in this room?
That was going to be my next question.
Roll a perception check.
No, you got two?
Well, yeah, you can both roll, or one you can roll with advantage. So yeah, both roll. 10,
18.
18.
You too.
You don't see them because you do know them to a degree, but you don't know them that well. You notice that there are some of your crew members down here.
Yep.
In particular, towards the far end, the far dock, you notice that a small group of them are right there at the centre, still dressed in his. No, so not still dressed in it, but still wearing for some reason his very fine cap with a feather in it. You see pheasant.
Excellent.
And he is there, and he's just basically very badly trying to load stuff into crates. And there are maybe 2-3 other members of your crew dotted around that area.
Okay, so I think you should like. Do you want me? I'm gesticulating.
You could just tell me I'm standing beside you.
You are standing next to each other.
Oh yeah.
No, Aradir, I like your style of baseball signalling, and I think it's good.
Aruna's looking very confused.
So, how do you want to get the rest of your guys?
Lovely.
Okay, but these guards are heavily armed, or at least more heavily armed than the last guys were.
Right, and basically what we've been set up there is I'm just following any of the guard movements and stuff, just basically patrols and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I presume they've got standard kind of patterns, just walking back and forth and up and down.
Roll a perception check to see if you figure out.
13.
13.
Oh, plus whatever.
You did at one point notice that the guards had a particular pattern, but since the Eat a Goblin Joe sign went up, and their pattern has changed, and you didn't get enough time to view the new pattern that has emerged, even though they are still patrolling. Some of them have moved places, and it's slightly distracted and slightly different in areas.
Did any of them go to Goblin Joe's though? That's the real
Some of
question.
them have gone up and stood underneath where the sign was, and they're kind of looking at it and scratching their heads.
Is the advertising working? Like, do they want a burger?
They might do. They might do.
Our work here is done.
So while you guys are figuring out what you want to do next, we're going to come back to Loran.
Yeah.
Loran, Valak again is still trying to convince you that this is a good thing.
Sure.
And he's like, right, you wanted to see your friends. I'm bringing you to see one of them now.
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh,
He's
God,
here.
this one is
But before we go in, just to remind you that everything I do for the betterment of yourself and for me, and I need to make sure you're safe.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Everything is for our safety.
Yeah. You
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I know you won't be mad. You won't be mad. He brings you in, he opens the door and he says, one of your friends is in here. He brings you into a room. And you're met with a smell.
Well, of course.
And it's just,
Hey,
it's
Norman.
kind of half tinged with a familiar smell, and also the smell of gore. You see in front of you, you see a group of people kind of clambered around what is a table, but it's at a kind of a 45-degree angle. And strapped to the table is Norman.
Oh no.
And he's very much alive. And looking around him,
Can you tell by looking?
he's very much alive to the degree that you know he's alive.
Sure.
He is butt naked.
Nice.
And he is cut open from the bottom of his neck to his belly button.
Neck to navel.
And he is looking around as if none of this bothers him. And the people around him are dressed in long white, well, wear at one point white, kind of surgical robes with large gloves. And they seem to be inspecting him in great detail.
Oh, but lovely.
Reminds me of home.
And they are writing things on these, they look like clipboards, they're kind of like planks of wood with like big slabs of papyrus strapped to them. And they're writing stuff down. It's like,
It's a joke.
Not my squiggly solution.
I had to be safe for you. This creature, whatever he is, he's not safe for you.
Well, I mean,
Am I lucid?
You're fully lucid. You know what's going on. You're looking around going, what the hell?
Hello, Loran.
kind of dabs and like, he's like, hey.
I would wave, but then like
Well, your hands are shackled up here.
that's what I'm doing.
See,
yeah.
but you're like
yeah,
your hand.
so, hello.
Well, this is. I've seen things I don't need to see.
New, yes.
No, that is a lot. Okay.
This is only the second or third time I've been in this situation.
Really good.
You do notice off to one side there are large vials that seem to contain organs, and they're all of different varying degrees of colour. And some of them don't look very healthy, some of them look okay. But Norman doesn't seem affected by any of this.
Okay.
He's perfectly alright. He's happy enough to...
Totally normal.
Totally Norman.
If it helps, I don't think all of those are mine.
Right.
Yes.
I kind of turn to Valak and I'm like, right, as you said, this is perfectly safe and he is contained and everything, right? So
Oh, yes.
can I have 5 minutes, please?
You wish to speak to him without me?
Yes.
Oh, so that's your name, is it? Valak. I'll remember that.
He looks at you and he just pure... What did you say?
I said I'll remember that.
He looks at you and he's just pure disgust. He just looks you up and down as if you're nothing. And he's like, you wish to speak to it?
Just for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes.
I am not leaving the room. I will be over here. And he moves to one side. You can hear there's a change in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about it that he's not happy about the situation and he's still frustrated. And he's still trying to get you on board to his ideas.
Yeah.
The one she told you not to worry about.
And he's just standing off to one side and he's just like standing there like giving Norman dagger eyes full on. He clapped his hands and the people that were around Norman have moved off to one side and are kind of huddling over their notes.
See you at lunch.
And I look to Norman and kind of like tap the side of my head.
Yeah, Norman jumps in telepathically.
Yeah.
But out loud says, such a short leash this one holds.
Anyway, right. So we're telepathic now?
See, the thing about that is only I can do that.
Oh, bollocks.
Everything
Okay.
I say can be telepathic. You have to say it out loud.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's okay
In
because
code.
Loran is super clever and can be trusted to do
And
code, can't he?
unfortunately, I haven't finished teaching you Primordial, so...
And you don't know Infernal?
No.
Totes awkward. Okay.
Oh. But also, he would know Infernal.
Oh, that's true.
So that wouldn't help.
Wouldn't work. Okay. Okay, so I will still speak out loud, but Loran is whispering as best he can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so I know this is a whole big thing. This isn't ideal.
Not the best.
Right. Listen, just a big disclaimer. Some really, really, really bad shit is going to come out about me. It's fine. I got it under control. Don't believe anything he says. It's all lies.
Of course.
Like, it's all bullshit.
I'd tap my head, but...
No, I got it. He's gonna try to convince you that I like did all this horrible stuff. It's all shit. He's just like that.
Understood.
Anyway, I'm sort of in his good books right now, so I'm gonna try work on
Well,
whatever this is.
Yes, I definitively am not. So.
No.
Wow.
This
What's been going on for me the last 2 weeks? Has it pretty much been this?
This.
Yeah, cool.
Pretty much this.
Mm.
They
This
wanted
is,
to know who or what you are because while you initially were charmed, once you came out of the first round of it, it didn't work.
Yeah, I did pass my test. Yeah, that's true. So.
I think right now we've got both literally a lot of ourselves splayed out right now.
Understood. Very good.
Yes, I know. Right. I will be back.
Oh, that's fine. Take your time. This bunch, and I like nod at like the huddling group with the clipboards. This actually, compared to what I've seen before, this bunch are quite pleasant.
Oh wow! You're gonna have to catch me up sometime.
Will do.
Right. Do you know where the others are?
You don't.
No.
You haven't seen anyone. While you're talking, the door opens and a robed Kenku with a staff walks in and walks up to Valak. And you just hear it's just chirping and growling at him. And he's looking at it, he's looking over at you, and he looks over at Norman, he looks a bit perplexed, and he's like, deal with it now. And then Kenku leaves.
Oh, Valak.
Worried.
Dear. What's with all the this, all the, splaying and organs and.
We needed to know what he was.
He's a guy.
Really? how many human guys do you know that can still walk about and talk when half of their insides are in jars?
Strictly speaking, I don't know that I can walk, but if you let me out, I'll have a fair crack at it.
Norm! Very sensitive.
Okay, folks, welcome back from the break. And we looked up Jake's answer that he won, because we said at the start we would. It actually isn't. Jake didn't call him carrots, that was somebody else. So this was Jake's answer. Of course the bandit needs to come back, but secretly he is a she who was the daughter of a wise and kind sage who just didn't know how to raise a child. So he paid for her schooling at a very prestigious magic school. The only magic she is good at are spells that change his or her appearance. Her familiar is a snail named Soup, and she forgot where he last was, so needs help in finding him and her long lost dad. That's a full-on backstory.
No name.
So
have you already sent out the prize?
The
Disqualified.
prize is gone. Yeah,
Disqualified.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Yeah. So the prize for this month's episode is this beautiful art and canon, the visual history of Dungeons and Dragons. It's really, really easy. Thank you very much, Dublin City Comics.
I wasn't asking for a shout out, I was deliberately going to ask a question.
Yeah, go on.
What the fuck is an arcana?
It's a collection of just basically information.
What's an
So it's an art and a collection of information.
Yeah, so
Awesome, now I know.
Arcana
The
generally,
art and mythology
yeah,
of the
Arcana
thing,
generally
yeah.
alludes to, particularly in Dungeons and Dragons, anything magical or mythological or anything like that. So this is basically the myth and legend of
God.
That
Dungeons and
was half
Dragons.
the battle. I
With-
didn't know. I
with-
was going in ill-informed.
It's got a lot of artwork from the inception of D&D right up to modern day.
So loads of shit.
It is a beautiful, beautiful book.
Sweet.
It's really, really straightforward. Basically, who created Dungeons and Dragons? That's all you got to say.
I did.
Excellent.
The DM!
Duck.
If you'd heard
I was
Doc,
only half listening.
so if you were half listening there, you would have heard Doc give you
What?
the
I
fucking
didn't give you the
answer.
answer. What are you talking
So
about?
it's really easy. You can Google it. I mean, who created Dungeons and Dragons?
I've had a
Basically,
lot of energy drinks, but I'm
type that name in the response below. Share the video on social media,
Yeah.
and let us know that you've shared it by tagging Irish Pubcast. And you could be in a chance to win in this unbelievable time. We will post it anywhere in the world.
think-
Thank you very much.
I think next time we're doing a giveaway, we should like have our own hashtag.
Hashtag.
Yeah, our own like
Hashtag
hashtag.
don't
for
let
the
that
giveaway.
give the answer away.
Yeah, hashtag.
Hashtag shut the
Sorry.
fuck up, Doc. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that
I
is
think that's already been
I
used.
started it, yeah.
That is all thanks to the people at Dublin City Comics. So thank you again for the prizes, for ongoing sponsorship of the show.
They're all right.
You can check it out. You can check out the store on Cable Street, or else go to Dublin City Comics .ie. Is that what the website is? .com or .ie. So www.dublincitycomics.ie. You've got your online store there where you do special deals as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Discounts and
it's
stuff.
so funny.
Yeah. So
Nice.
go into the
Hang
store
on,
on
you
Cable
have a shop
Street.
that sells
Check out
stuff?
the web
Yeah.
store. There's links
I know, it's
below.
selling, isn't
Thank you very, very much, folks, for the continued support. Thank you for Dublin City Comics for continuing to support us. So, let's kick off. Let's
Yeah.
get back to what we were at. Right, we left off with Loran had just found out where Norman was. The group had rescued Codeine from her menial task. Ogun is still suspended above the area in
He's
a
hanging
cage. Hanging out, literally.
I'm coming to get you, Barbara.
That my name's Barbara.
So that's where we're at the moment. So we are going to go back into the group and find out what they want to do next. So Ogun is suspended above you. You have three of you dressed as guards. You have Codeine, Aratir.
Am I still invisible? Or has
No,
it worn off?
that spell ended as soon as you got back to the group.
Grand?
Espina is there as well, and we have Urdak as well.
Okay.
Urdak.
Near dark. What?
Urdak. Is it Urdak?
Do you think we could bust this cage and let him climb out to us without them seeing from the front?
I think it's possible. How accurate is
Am I
your
recording
aim?
here?
Yeah.
That's a yep.
Yeah, you're square.
Let's see if
Oh, blooper.
How complicated is the lock to Ogun's cage?
Pretty far away. You'll have to roll a perception check with disadvantage to see if you can make out what the lock is.
so we're physically close to it, but it's high up.
It's high up, yeah.
Okay.
How high?
All right.
How
It's
Real
about
high.
it's about from where you're standing right now. It's at least another 20 feet up.
Oh, he only has little bones. He'll survive that fall.
So he's hanging out of a
The
wall.
distance between the cage and the ground is about 60 feet, but he's 20 feet from
And
He
the
might survive
distance
that far.
from the cage to the wall that it's suspended from.
roughly about 15 feet.
So we
15
can't, so we
feet.
15, 1-5.
So we can't cannonball you.
No.
What's below?
The tree production lines heading towards the ships and the docks. He's suspended above that, which
Yeah,
with other
no, like
cages,
immediately, like what is right below is just walkway, gantry.
Just
no
us.
walkways, nothing.
Yeah. Alright.
So
No, I mean, like, if he fell, what would he hit?
Straight down.
to where the
But what
production
would he
lines
hit?
are.
Like, what exactly would he hit? Like, would he hit a path? Would he hit a bit of machinery? Would he go into
There's
a
people
blender?
and machinery below.
There's machinery.
It's where
below.
they're loading the
No, I get that. What I'm thinking of is positioning myself below him so that when they shoot the lockout, I can catch him.
There are people lined up loading crates directly below.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So that could work.
I'm
in theory.
going to address, well, it's not the stealthiest. I'm going to address the gnome and apologise for not knowing her name and asking, is there some wizardry that could help with this situation? Could she bust out the bottom of the cage and then we could work on
Catch him.
drop gate?
My name is Hespina.
Nice to meet you, Spina.
Well, I could try something. Let me see now. See what I have available to me at this stage. I haven't used quite a few of my spell slots for the morning. I probably have maybe one left.
Because if we had two, we could do cage busting plus some sort of levitation. That'd be sweet.
I don't have levitation, but I do have featherfall.
That'd do the job.
But we'd need to bust it too. Have we got anything we could bust it with?
Well, all of our weapons have been taken, so I only have throwing axes or well.
Do you think a well thrown? No, 60 feet. No.
Will it make you feel good to bust it?
It does. Busting does make me feel good. Yes. Yeah.
And that's the end of that joke.
Yeah. Do we? What about? Ogun knows spells. Ogun could do the busting, and the featherfall could be applied to
Ogun,
him.
do you want to roll perception to see if you spot
As far as I know,
Yes.
I'm asleep.
See, one. No, you're not. You're awake in the thing.
Oh, can I know? I just.
So you're fully awake, fully conscious, uncharmed in this cage,
Oh.
which is the reason why you're in the cage.
So please
right.
roll a perception check to check that you can
So I think I'm.
So
yeah.
you're not that far away from them. You can roll to see if you make.
If
out
I
the
hear-
group. They are kind of hunkered down behind the kind of the railing area. But
So perception, so
Yeah.
+2 to this. So 12.
12. You can just make out something going on down below. You see like the top of what you think is a furball sticking the head up over and looking around and then back down again. You can't really make out the entire group.
Huh. Well, he's not going to see him as a friendly face. Let me see. Hespina. That up there belongs to us.
Well, we're actually here for him.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
here for him.
Can I ask you why you want Ogun?
He looks at Urdak. Urdak kind of looks a bit sheepish, like, well, we were given a task by a friend of ours. Well, not a friend.
Sorry, can you just
so
fill
much
in the
as-
names? Can you just tell us? I'm only going to do follow-up questions. I'm afraid I'm not the best.
One of the heads of the council of the city that we work for.
And the city is.
Well, it's not from. It's not. It's kind of complicated.
Look, we've given you the benefit of the doubt so far. We need you to be a bit more forthcoming.
What
He's
is
a-
it
he's a
about
friend of
Ogun?
ours.
Yeah.
And as much as we want to get him free, we also want to know what you want him for, because we're hard to hand him over to you.
Yeah.
We believe he's the son of one of the heads of the council of the city of Cogs.
Ah.
Sorry, what?
I
I'm like, what did you say?
We were tasked by Redbeard Nogsprocket, who
Some
is one of the
purpose.
heads of the council of the city of Cogs.
I'm not familiar with the city of Cove.
You wouldn't be because it's not from this plane of existence. We are not,
No.
as I said, we're not from around here.
Oh, this. Hate it. I already know who this is gonna be, and I hate this guy. It's gonna be fucking Trevelyan again. It's always
It's
Trevelyan.
always Trevelyan. Okay, let me see.
This one has a shiny hat, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Art here. What is our mission? Presume we've gotten Ogun. Where are we going then?
We need to find Loran and Norman.
So how about we do that first?
Sorry,
Oh,
Ogun.
Is just so is this kind of cage open or is it?
No, it's locked. You're in a locked cage. So think of a large
Oh no, I'm suspended
thin
from the.
suspending cage, and you're sitting in it. There have been other occupants in this cage.
Yeah.
There are bones around in it,
Nice.
rags and things. So,
Excellent.
like, you were just thrown in here because they couldn't really think of what else to do with you.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, you were some creature that resisted charming, and they've tried it multiple times, and it just didn't work on you.
Because, it's a charming
Because there
set.
seemed to be some sort of magics in place that would stop it.
Um,
That's a bit more information than I should be giving you, but just to give you a general
Yeah.
idea of your area.
I am. I've been waiting for a while for someone, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to come along. So, can I have a look at the lock and see if I can, like, force it open? Like, I am aware that too much and this it could damage the cage I'm in, but I just want to see if I can. Or
What
maybe
are you trying to use to force it open?
Can I squeeze through the bars?
No.
Would it be possible?
You've been in
to?
there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I've been asleep.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2
No, you weren't asleep for 2 weeks. So basically, you have been prodded and poked, and then when they couldn't do anything with you, they threw you in here about a week ago. They have been feeding you scraps to keep you alive.
You look
So you might have lost
I
a
do.
bit of weight, but not enough to
Yeah,
get you
you're
through the
alright.
bars.
You're not going to fit through the bars. They're too tightly packed together.
Could I have been? And it's made of. It's made of steel. Is
Steel,
it?
yeah.
Damn, because I can't bite it through it then. Right, I'll just try and see if I can break the lock.
With what?
Um,
You do have the femur in your hand. You're banging against the thing.
Or maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Probably not going to work, but
Do you have like I don't know?
Do you not have spells?
Yeah,
No,
you don't
not
have
those
lock
that.
picking. Just roll a d20.
I don't have any.
Roll
This
a
is just
d20.
like 5.
5. You jam the femur in with at one of the sharp ends of it that's broken off. You turn this, and it just snaps, and it's now sticking out of the lock.
Falling out.
You've made it worse.
What's the
room.
Can I do a perception check to see what's holding the cage?
I don't have
At this distance, you've got dark vision, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
13. Yep.
Plus
13.
Plus 2, 15.
Plus 2, 15. As you look up to try and make out what's holding up the cages, you notice that all of the cages are all suspended by a section of basically a system of levers and pulleys
Yeah.
that all feed back to the wall and down. And you notice on the far side of the wall, around at the walkway, they're tied up.
Okay.
At the far side, and there are 2 guards.
I'll give Aaron here. Point with the rope and then do it.
Okay. So.
Snip.
He's such a racist. He never involves me in any of the hijinks.
He is. He's xenophobic.
Yeah.
With good reason to be.
Xenophobic warrior princess.
Oh dear.
Fan art, please. Fan art, please.
Please not.
But maybe not.
Oh, no one can be thirsty after that one.
No.
I also want fan art for
Mission successful.
Manfred Mann's
Splayed open.
is played open.
Remember, he has
Adventure.
no genitalia.
You do have to remember he has no
It's
genitalia.
like a Ken doll down there.
Yeah.
He's as
Action man doesn't
anatomically
go fast, does
impaired as a Ken doll. So looks like we're gonna have to take on these guards quicker than we thought.
Not necessarily.
What do you reckon?
Myself and the other 2 guards can go down and talk to those 2 guards, relieve them of their lives. Cut their own.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Where do you want me? Do you want me to catch him?
Might be a bad idea if he's that valuable.
Kind of endearing, bless him.
Guys, are we gonna free Ogun only to have these guys whisk him away?
No, I'm not letting them whisk away anyway.
You think you can take on Mr. Shetland?
Have you seen
Yes.
me rage, bitch?
Okay.
They're right next to you as you're talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know.
I also know.
I just wanted to say we were sent to find him. I didn't say we necessarily have to take him away.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Just these guys are pretty brutal, and I can be handy. So I'd like us all to work together.
Yeah. Might I suggest though, if we free him, we need to go find our weapons. While I do have daggers hidden upon my person, we do have a store where our weapons have been kept. We scouted it out, and that's where all of our materials are being.
Where's
Okay,
where
I
makes
really
you
want to
reckon
get
it
my
is like
weapons
that?
too.
It's back this way, about 3 chambers.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna help these guys.
Okay.
Get Ogun. Why don't you go with Erdak? and,
Sure, I don't know that I can
Mistina?
carry all your shit back though.
Erdak, would you mind carrying some of my shit?
I'll send one of my boys with him.
Excellent.
Okay.
So you guys book it back the opposite direction through the corridor area where you two had already been and taken out all the guards. You walk through with Erdak, and you see that the people are still working away, but there's bodies, and they've been stripped butt naked now because obviously the guards armor.
Oh right, gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So the bodies of the orcs and goblins that they took out the last time.
They just left them there.
Just left them there. So they walk through. You walk through to another corridor, to another end, and there is a thin, long corridor with shelving along the sides that have kind of stacks of empty crates. There are 1 or 2 doors along the way, and then there's a trapdoor at one end that leads down.
Sounds like a trap.
It's a trap!
Yeah.
Don't you open that?
So there's a trapdoor that goes down, but let me see. Erdak knows where the weapons are, so he should be leading, right?
He is. He's ahead.
Okay. So
Do you want to do anything in this corridor?
I know this is the part where I should do something in this corridor. Maybe I'll have a quick peek in one of the doors on my way down. But again, that's a trap. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick look because I don't know where I am at all. Just quickly, I'm not gonna go in. I'm literally gonna crack the door and look in.
The first door you hit is locked.
All right. Okay.
Do you want to try any of the other doors?
One more on the same side.
The next door up is locked as well, but
Right.
the lock actually seems a bit looser. It's like there's something wrong with the doorknob. You can see that the door has been jammed a bit, and it's kind of knocked out of its hinge and its frame a bit. So it's loosely. If you give it a good push, it'll probably.
I'm gonna do that. Can I just put my hand up and go, I know this is a mistake. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Roll a strength check for me.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, to bust the door, okay. Sorry, I thought it was for the next thing.
That's a 1.
Minus
Wow.
You shoulder the door.
Does she dislocate her own
You
shoulder?
feel like it's literally like your
Knocks
concrete
yourself
wall.
out.
You're like, ah!
one.
Erdak turns by. He's like, "Are you having problems with the door there, little lady?"
Do you happen to know what's in here?
I do not, but I could probably give it a shove for you.
Have we got time?
We're
Let's
not-
do it. Let's do it.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Erdak comes over and just literally just goes. And
God damn. Why do I do this? He just does the face,
20,
and I'm
not
like,
20.
Oh,
The door, he just.
nice! Erupts and
The door
splinters.
goes.
Alright,
and
okay.
slams in against the back wall.
Right in the nuts.
again, I didn't know you were rolling for the door. I thought you were rolling for
Jeez.
whatever's behind the
So
door.
it's
I
okay.
was like, okay.
So, the door bursts inwards into a shard of splinters, smacking up against the back wall.
I didn't want to do that either.
The dark room in front of you now is long and thin, and like it's pure darkness, but there's a smell that hits you, and it's like this smell of decomposition, blood, sweat.
Norman?
Is it
and
my buddy?
a weird tinge of what smells like paint. You make your way into the room, and your eyes, because you've got
I have dark
you've got
vision,
dark vision. Urdak is standing behind you, and you see a pile of bodies, and they all seem to have something very familiar about them.
Oh no.
They're different races,
but all very thin, light, kind of androgynous looking. Each of them in turn, as far as you can see, in the dark, you can see kind of make out in the light. They're naked. They've all been painted gold. They all have makeshift horns.
Oh,
this is a whole other level of creep.
This is his meat lady.
Some of them have some form of garb on them that seems at first to be expensive enough, kind of rainbow colours and stuff.
But as we go on,
You looking at this going, this is a pile of Lorans.
Yeah.
Everybody back in the pile?
yeah, dude.
So you're like, what the fuck?
Back away, not
Today, disco lady. Okay. I am going to get out of this room with Erdak, and I'm going to just in a very uncomplicated way, which I'm incapable of doing, obviously in real life, but just giving him the rundown that we know a tiefling, that's our tiefling. Why has somebody been making our tiefling? And as we go to the weapons store.
Okay, Erdak was like, well, I did see that tiefling come in, and when you guys were being loaded into your sorting areas, that tiefling couldn't be charmed. That tiefling was taken away and under escort, and then very promptly knocked on their ass. That is quite disturbing what I just saw in that room. Well, clearly somebody's got a bit of a term that they had, these dwarves back in Cog City. Got a bit of a graw.
Oh no!
For your friend.
Yeah.
So I worry about their safety.
Okay. All right. Let's get the weapons.
So you make your way back down through the trapdoor.
Right.
And you notice that as you come down the stairs, you hear voices, muffled voices up ahead, and Erdak points like, right, the weapon store is up there, but it's guarded. And it's next to there's another place right to the right and down that's also guarded. Now we gotta be mighty stealthy to do this. And he reaches underneath.
Let me get my orc.
He reaches underneath his
Skirt.
his arm, and he out of his sleeve he pulls out one of his daggers and he hands it to you. He's like,
Good. Excellent.
I take it you're kind of handy.
I'm handy with that. Thank you very
so
much.
the dagger
Rebecca.
he gives you is. Let's see. The dagger he hands you is a dagger +1. So what this is it's basically you have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. It's +1d4 +3 damage.
1d4 plus 3.
So
Ooh,
when you
nice.
when you roll your damage with this, it's 1d4 and you add 3 to it, and then but you also have +1 to attack and damage rolls. Okay.
Excellent.
So you have one of
I'm
those.
just gonna very quickly do a quick flourish. I'm sorry. I have to.
So while they're two of you up and getting ready, we're gonna go back to you guys with the thing over here.
Yeah.
And
I'm
What do you wanna do?
gonna position myself underneath Owen's cage.
you're gonna go out, no wonder, like go out onto the floor where the people are working.
Well, the plan. So Arun, you were talking about going over to where the winch is and undoing that so that we can get Arun down.
Get Hogan down.
Hogan down.
Ogun down.
I'm not
you're
okay.
Arun. God damn.
That'd be really trippy if I got myself
That
in
would
the trap.
that would be weird.
I mean, I'm good. I'm just not that good.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to give me the signal just so that I don't attract too much attention from the floor?
Pretty sure the signal will be whatever that thing is screaming as it falls.
True, it does have to fall several feet before it's going to get near me.
Pretty sure any noise I make over there is going to cause more consternation, so just, I'd say get underneath it and get ready.
Okay. How long is it going to take you to distract those guys or kill them?
I was planning on cutting you first and then distracting them.
Okay. Cool. Right. Let's go.
Cool. Right.
So,
We're gonna at the same time. He's gonna head that way. I'm gonna head that way.
so you're going to go down onto the floor,
Yeah.
the work floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way down onto the work floor. You pass 2 guards and they kind of look at you. They look at each other. And they go, "Hey, what are you doing on the work floor?"
Still got blue eyes, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
fully.
still have
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
eyes. I was sent here. I'm just following orders.
Beep boop.
Roll a deception check. Roll a deception check.
Shit, what's deception? Deception. Hang on, is there a modifier?
Deception.
There should be a modifier.
It's a
but roll-
charisma.
Charisma, yeah. So if you roll d20,
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it is a 14.
14.
Yeah.
They both look at you and go, "Okay, carry on. We're keeping our eye on you."
Such convincing duty doing. Love it.
So, you're in that room.
Making my way down towards the rope.
Oh, shut
God! Oh, you did! Fucking Vanessa Carlton, fuck you!
Anyway, so you make your way up to the you got your 2 crew with you.
Well, one, because one went with those guys.
Oh, one with those guys, right? That's right. They do have one of the solid crew with you.
Yeah.
And they're over with you. He's over with you. You're making your way towards the 2 guards there that are standing next to the pulleys for the cages. They spot you coming.
Yep.
You kind of nod. Are you a relief?
Yes.
You
Okay.
were.
Kind of early.
Just do what we're told, don't we?
Does the man want us?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. They make their way off.
So
So you just cut the rope. They're literally departing.
Yeah.
So you're just straight in, no kissing. Cut the rope.
Wasn't that the plan?
Sure. You cut the rope.
Thanks.
You cut the rope and you look as one of the empty cages just falls. And then you notice that there's actually 4 or 5 ropes coming up from the same area
Oh, okay.
that lead into a pulley. Just roll a perception on me there. Roll a d20. Not so much perception, roll a d20.
That'd be 5.
5.
There are 4 ropes.
There are 4 ropes. Yeah, there are 4 ropes now. You notice as you look up as one of the cages that's on the far end towards the 3rd kind of production line towards the 3rd boat. It falls and lands and crashes across one of the crates at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And smatters everywhere, and the remains that were inside just everywhere, and bones and stuff. Guards over there start to look up in your general direction.
Aratir just looks at a room.
The 2 guards that are making the way. You've just relieved that are walking away.
Mm-hmm.
From the troubles in their lives.
One of them rolled a 1, and the other rolled a 2, so they don't notice anything.
Cool.
But the other guards that are over in that area are starting to look up towards the platform, and they do notice that there's 2 guards there. So they're kind of going, "Hey, what are you doing?
We're not doing anything. What are you talking about?
What the hell? This cage is falling from the ceiling."
Oh yeah, how'd that happen?
Oh my god, that's
I'm just
bold.
gonna look at my other, the guy beside me. Put the other ropes.
Roll a deception check. Or deception, saving throw. Roll deception.
Yeah. Durr.
Oh
Is that a 1?
That's a 1.
Nice.
Go up and check on them.
Okay, cool.
Aratir is
Oh,
just standing there
no.
with her head in her
no.
hand.
There's
going
going to
"Oh
be
my God."
crime.
Tell me, my guy who's beside me. Cut the fucking ropes quick, son.
He turns. He's like, roll. Yeah, he's like he cuts the next. How many ropes? One cut all.
All the ropes.
Yeah.
All the ropes.
Cut all the ropes.
He cuts all of the ropes, and you just see the and all the pulleys just flutter up, and the cages just start to fall.
Oh shit.
All of them, including Ogun's. Ogun's is just inside the cage going, What the? And you just see him go down.
I'm gonna catch him though.
You're gonna catch the cage.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's a big enough
It's
cage.
a big one.
I'm a big
I'm a
horse.
big
I'm a
horse.
Yeah, it's not
big
big.
half horse.
Yeah. Right, the cages start to fall.
Yeah.
And they start crashing against all the production lines and the crates and the people below. A few of the workers get crushed. One of them hits the guard. There's about 6 or 7 cages falling, and they're pretty big at different sizes. Ogun falls and needs you to roll a strength check.
This is a good distraction though.
Yeah.
Towards us.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
Distracting them from their jobs. A way
Someone's,
to look at
someone's
you.
bright-siding over there, I think.
That would be a 19 plus 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
The cage falls, and you basically
Catch
catch
and
it.
throw back up again.
And it lands on the hook and he gets stuck
A
again.
couple of volleys on the head.
Boom! You catch it, you look in, it's like, hey, Ogun.
Hey
Shit,
football.
fucking god dogs. What? Oh,
Hey
Hello.
football.
what are you
As
doing
the
here?
chaos around you erupts, you catch Ogun in the cage.
Yeah.
You're holding the cage like
Yeah.
this. There's cages falling around you. The guards are rushing around, shouting. There's just absolute chaos. What do you want to do?
Can you open the door?
I have a plan.
I point to the little door.
Yeah, I don't have anything to open that lock though.
Can you not just rip it open?
It's fucking steel, right?
It's a metal cage.
It's
yeah.
a metal cage. Like, unless I have a lock pick, I'm strong and
It's
all.
also got bones stuck in it.
Okay.
I'm strong and all, but I don't think I'm going to be able to rip it open. We need to fucking hightail it out of here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Arun, what do you want to do?
What do you?
What are you doing? And I grab my guy by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
What? He's trying to get these guys to escape. Let's bring him to the master and get him to explain himself. Bring that prisoner. Pointing
Yeah,
to
I
her
got
with the
him.
prisoner.
As you do this,
Bullshit.
Oh no.
as you do this,
Yep.
you hear from the far end of the area
You're good.
up towards the foreman's kind of area. Shack. You hear this booming female voice,
The fuck?
and she's like, "Silence!" And it echoes throughout the entire chamber. You all look up, and you see a very tall female human, a male Goliath,
Oh, you're not.
and a Kenku
That's what it sounds like.
robed with a staff, all standing together just outside the foreman's shack. Everyone stops. The chaos is still kind of the cages are still kind of creaking and like still settling. The Goliath is looking over at you. The Kenku is scanning the area, and the human is just looking around at everyone there. The guards just stop, like even the ones that are injured are just frozen in place. The voice wishes to speak to you. The monster has decreed that we have people among us that must be made example of. We know who you are. We know you are here. And you will come with us. I need everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Not me. I'm not here, am I?
No, you're not here.
I wanted to cover my
Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
So, 67.
What is wrong with your dice today?
My last roll was brilliant.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
My strength check was on point.
Is that a 1, Doc? Jesus.
This was such a good plan. It just depended on not rolling anything else.
What did you roll?
Oh, one as well.
One.
Oh, we're fucking
I got an
retards.
18. I'm going la la la.
You're in the cage, so you're going wherever she's going.
I don't know this in the la la.
And roll for your guy. He got a 10, but that's still not enough.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
that's
brilliant.
You all find yourselves.
Yeah.
Actually,
We're just gonna do it.
I'll roll for Hespina as well. She actually rolled really high. She got a 19.
Sure she
so
did.
Hespina is like still over up on the balcony area, huddled down behind the kind of the area, the covering at the railings, so she can't be seen. So she's kind of hidden away. But the three of you two, and you're carrying him and your guy, just can't help themselves. They walk directly over to where these three creatures are standing, these three figures are standing. As you're doing this, you just hear all the crowd around you go, the voice has spoken. The voice has spoken.
Oh God.
The voice has spoken. You arrange yourselves on a line in front of the three characters. He goes, she looks down, she goes, you tried, and you failed. You will come meet the master now. We will bring you, and you will not resist. And you were led out of the room.
Like two baby kittens.
You're led out of the room. You're still carrying the cage Rogan in it.
Yeah.
Wayne,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Because I know magic and whatnot, but I know like that if you were to bite someone, would that kind of shock them away from their?
Not from this. No.
Not from magic.
Not
No,
from this.
no worries.
So you guys are led off.
Uh-huh.
We're going to go back to you now in the weapon store.
Yeah.
You are in the corridor, leading down to the two guards that are outside the weapon store. What do you want to do?
I'm going to the weapon store.
So you're going to walk directly up to them?
Walk directly up to.
The two guards that are standing inside the
Oh
weapon
God
store.
damn it! Okay. There are two guards guarding the weapon store. Yeah, I reckon me and
Murdoch.
Montgomery Cliff can take him.
There's another one of my guys as well, which you don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your guy with you.
Let's do this.
Okay. So you just want to walk straight up to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way up.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything to them? What do you want to do?
I've still got blue eyes.
You still look you're enthralled, yeah, like you're one of the followers.
I'm going to greet them. Say I've been asked to replenish some weapons for some guards at the assembly lines, but I use the proper words because I've been awake long enough.
Roll a deception check.
Okay.
They haven't been working out well so far.
They haven't. This isn't great. It's an 11.
If we
An
got
11.
good perception, we'd realise that.
Yeah.
The
I failed both of them as well.
the guards both look at each other and they're like, who are you replenishing?
I describe the guards that were nearest me when I came to, the ones I've been monitoring. Like from the second archer snapped me out, I was assessing all around
Cool.
me.
Okay.
So I describe and I say, I'm sorry, I don't know their names, but this is
Names are unimportant. It's the position that they have.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get a letter in. He opens the door and gestures yourself and Murdoch in.
Yeah.
And the other crew member as well. I'm sure we can figure out names for these guys.
That's fine.
Brad.
Brad. So Brad goes in with you. So the trees are brought into. We'll close the door. Pick anything from the first two racks, and he closes the door behind you.
Okay.
When you enter into the room goes back a pretty ways. It's pretty big.
It's like the Matrix.
Pretty much. It's more like a mini version of the end of Raiders.
Gotcha.
It's got stacks upon stacks of weapon racks.
That's a good
Stacks
sentence.
of racks.
So on Erdak's backs, there's backpacks. We've got the weapon racks that we're going to put in Erdak's backpacks. On
And there are
Erdak's
Put
back.
fat stacks of racks in the backpacks.
Yes.
Akak. Erdok straight away was like, I gotta find my stuff because my babies are looking for me. I can hear them.
Okay.
He goes, I'm gonna go quickly rummage around here. I don't know what they're looking for, but generally they package up any weaponry before they catalog it. But more than likely, your stuff has been cataloged and been put to the back of the rig. All this here at the front, this is basic stuff for the guards.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is right in the back.
Okay.
So he makes a beeline for the back area.
As he goes, I speak a little bit of
The back
Dwarvish
door
to
man.
him, and I say, "Fill your boots." And then I'm gonna go find my shit if I
I need
can.
you to roll investigation.
Okay. 15.
15. It takes you a couple of minutes, and you make your way through the kind of the. You're further in, makes your way through the end of it, and you two okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
You two aren't allowed to sit
No,
beside
when
each
you said
anymore.
make a beeline for the back area, that just broke us.
I know, yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Desired reaction.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff. Yeah. You make your way towards the back, and You start.
Do I just pretend I'm trying to push something out to make it easier? No,
It's
never mind.
okay.
So carry on.
This
Carry on.
town needs an enemy. No.
Bat dance.
You do eventually find. You start to find your materials. You find your armor. You find your weaponry.
Yeah.
You start to find the rest of the team's weaponry as well.
Okay.
You also find the bag of holding, which is probably going to be handy carrying all this stuff as well.
Excellent.
You then look up and you see Urdak, and he's strapping on his gear, and it's like stuff you've never seen before.
Whoa.
He has these weapon belts that go across his chest. He's loading this. This looks like a tube with a handle on the end across his back. He has two kind of small, glistening silver. You don't know what they are. They're these cylinders with smaller cylinders with handles, and they're strapping into the front here, and he's strapping two more on the side. He then starts loading his pouches filled with these glistening pellets that he's putting into pouches. He's like, right, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
These bastards ain't gonna know what hit him.
Yeah.
He then picks up. He sees he has his backpack as well. He picks up a small robe, a set of kind of look like wands, and packs them in. He's like, has been the stuff as well, so that's kind of good. Have you found everything you need?
Yes. I think I have enough. I mean, I'd like to take more, but I reckon we'll take our stuff and get going.
Okay. Are you gonna bring anything extra? Or are you gonna leave the rest?
I would love to.
You have a bag of holding.
Yes, you have a bag of
Start grabbing
holding.
handfuls of shit.
Yeah, that's
Fuck it all in there.
Racks.
that's what I
Just
wanted to do.
racks.
I wanted to check whether I
So,
could do it.
you
Yeah.
roll
Shopping
another
spree.
investigation check to see what you find.
Okay.
Number two.
Gareth Keenan investigates.
Two.
Oh, it's cocked.
Roll
No,
again.
it's not. It's not.
It's not.
That's okay.
Okay. So investigation is 19, baby.
You find all manner of what look like jeweled hilted daggers, bolts for crossbows. You find a few cylindrical objects that have spikes on them. And as you're picking them up, you're kind of juggling them. I wouldn't juggle those if I were you.
Okay,
They're a bit more volatile than your average pellet.
Yoink.
You see that fuse thing there? You light that fuse and throw it, it's going to cause all manner of hurt.
Oh, excellent.
So you pocket all of that stuff.
I pocketed it.
I'll get you the stat sheets for those later.
Mailbox. Yay.
Brad has picked up a couple of kind of like cutlasses and he's armoured up as well. He's also he found a bag, not a bag of holding, but a bag to put some extra stuff into.
Have I still got my light armor on?
You've got all your gear. You've found all your gear.
Okay.
So all your gear is back. You're fully back to your AC. This is where all your shit was being stored.
Excellent.
He finds your armor,
Okay.
your plate armor, which he makes sure he packs in, and your weapons and stuff like that. That's kind of his. That he gets that first before anything else.
Good man.
So he packs everything up. You guys are ready to go. What do you want to do now? So you came in
Past the
looking like,
guards.
You came in past the guards looking like regular
Yeah.
enthralled people.
Yeah.
You're going out fully tuned.
I'm gonna ask. Who's got a spina? They do.
They don't know. She's still hiding.
She's hiding.
She didn't come with us.
No, she didn't come with us either because she was hiding.
But you don't know any of this.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you,
yeah.
You don't know any of this. You don't know that these are gone. You don't know
Yeah.
what his spina's doing.
No, sorry, I thought she was with us. That's okay. I thought she stayed with Urdak. Okay, then I'm gonna find another way out of here. Maybe see if there's a back door. No.
There's no back. There's
Okay.
It's literally it's the only
Well,
one
that's
door
fine. We're tooled up. Let's do a hack and slash and get back.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Right up with man out.
all right. So, do you want to open the door back up?
What's my alternative? Staying in this room forever? I've got
Order
to.
a SAS table too.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're tooled up. We're going back through the door.
Okay. Do you want to?
We don't have an alternative. There's no other door.
There's no other door.
Yeah. So this seems such a loaded question. We have to get out of here. We don't have magic.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Do you see? I keep studying his face, waiting for his eyebrow to twitch to tell me what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, "Kim, use your brain." Isn't there ours? No, nope. 10. I can
You're
add.
good.
I
10.
can add.
Give me your key. You notice that at the back there is.
Did I say 10? I meant 43.
Believable lies. Remember, believable lies.
At the back, you find a vented area
I can
that
read
seems
too.
to go
I
down.
know.
It's a large enough vent that even Urdak could probably fit through.
Okay.
It's a round vented area at the back. There's a bit of water draining off into it, and you can look down, and the drain is going downwards.
Okay.
Probably when this is coming to the mics and not.
Yeah, let's get out this way if we can.
Okay.
It's me, him, and one of the
Brad.
Rune 5.
Brad.
The Rune 5. Brad. So, alright, I'm going to gesture to the guys that we're going out this way.
Okay.
And let's beat a hasty retreat.
Okay. So, the grating that's on there could probably do with a bit of a pull. Do you want to try and give it a
No, we'll get Urdak to do it. I've learned my lesson.
Urdak rolled a 16 strength. So
Okay.
yeah, he's just like and it comes off.
Yeah,
his
Excellent.
Is that ladies first?
Brad goes first.
Well, that's what's stand on through. Really. Off
Yeah.
he goes. So he's
I'm going to go down the far
Urdak goes
way.
last. You flow down, and it's actually a surprisingly short drop, and you kick through another vent into a bright room, and as you're landing, the smell is hitting you in the face, and you land. Roll an acrobatics check.
Oh, I think it should be alright. Why am I saying that?
Don't jinx it.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's, I can add 24, baby.
24. You land, superhero landing. You
With a
look
claw.
up, and you're met with the weirdest fucking sight you've ever seen. You've seen splayed in a table, surrounded by what look like doctors, you know the plague mask things,
Yeah,
That's what they
excellent,
look like?
excellent.
and they're all like he's splayed up like this, and you see him cut from neck to navel, and he's like just like he looks perfectly lucid and looking around him, and you look up and you see all the people they're caught off completely off guard and they're looking around at you, and then followed by Brad, then followed by Urdak, and everyone lands in and rolled.
Fucking cherries.
Brad rolls an 18, and Urdak rolls a 2.
Oh.
So Urdak comes crashing in and boom, 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 rolls across the floor, knocks into 2 of the doctors, knocks them off their feet.
Excellent.
Before pulling himself back, he was like, I'm really sorry, I'm not the most stealthy. I like to come in generally guns blazing. I really do apologise. The doctors are all looking at each other. They're looking at you fully tooled up. They're looking at Urdak with his height and his weaponry all over him. And they're looking at Brad, who's carrying a massive sack of weaponry and then has a sword drawn. And they all just look at each other and go. They all scarper out the door.
Ah, crap. Oh, can I not get to the door and stop them escaping?
And you can certainly try.
I can certainly try. I'm going to certainly try.
Okay.
'Cause I'm nothing if not a repeated idiot.
Roll an athletics check to see how quickly you can get to the door.
Okay. Oh, it's no
Yeah.
bad. It's no
Yeah.
bad. It's 21.
21. You dart to the door, you block their way, and
Sorry, lads.
they pile on you to push past. There's about 5 of them at this point, 4
Okay.
of them. They rolled a 19 as a group. They push you against the door, and the door kind of creaks back open, and they push past you. Do you want to roll a strength check? Try and stop
Yeah,
them.
yeah, why not? These always go so well. Oh, it's 17.
17.
Yeah.
They rolled a 19 to put. Well, no, initially they rolled a 19, so they rolled a 4. You push them back. Urdak has come up behind you and has grabbed the back too,
Excellent.
and he
Ooh,
rolled
I do
a
grab
6.
that, nice.
He grabbed one and pulls one back and throws it to the ground while the
Yeah.
other one is still resisting.
Yeah.
Brad moves forward. Can you roll for Brad? Roll a strength check for me, please.
Brad's pretty strong. 15.
15. Brad manages to grapple one of them as well.
Okay.
Close the door shut, and you are
Can
now
I lock
surrounded
the door?
these
I want to
dogs.
lock the door.
There's no key, really.
No, I've got tools.
So you're gonna try and
Tools.
roll a lockpick. Roll lockpick.
So,
Lockpicking kit.
I do have a lockpicking kit.
Grand.
So what would I
roll?
roll?
Roll a d20, and there should be a proficiency modifier for that.
Okay. There should be a.
Roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Alright, well then. Oh, 17 plus 5, which I can totally do. So,
Grand. Yeah, so you
that.
managed to lock the door using your lockpicking kit,
Okay, good.
and you're locked in there with the doctors and a.
I'm just
naked
gonna
Norman.
tell them to can it for a minute, and then I'm gonna turn to Norman. They can't get out any other way, no. Unless
No,
they
they're
go
not.
up through the
Unless they
vent.
go back up through the vent.
Okay, they're just gonna stay there while we talk to Norman. Hi, Norman. It's your boy. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, just hanging around.
Can you? I'm gonna let that go because I'm actually happy to see you, which is strange in the extreme. Why? I'm not gonna ask why you have so many entrails. I'm going to ask.
Not anymore.
Can you still? Can you still function?
To be determined.
Can you still do your jiggery pokery? Can you still do magic?
I'm fairly sure the top half is working fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we get you packed up and bring you with us?
If you could get me out of here and just kind of stuff everything back in.
Can we? Yeah. Let me see.
Dirty.
What would we do?
You'll need to roll a medicine check if you want to do that.
No.
Oh.
If you
Put it in the stabby.
Now, Norman has lived through this, so he could live in a bag of holding for a few minutes, like...
Right now, Norman looks like a bag of holding.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to see if I can jam everything in, but obviously it's not extreme medicine, because he doesn't need any of this stuff.
As you move towards the jars
Oh, no.
and you start moving things around, the doctor...
Why have I moved anything around over
Well, no,
there?
you're moving towards the jars, and if you're...
I'm not taking the stuff out of the jars. I'm getting the stuff that's physically hanging out of him, jamming it in the hole and
There's
taking
nothing
it.
hanging out of them, it's all in the jars.
Make the
Oh,
doctors
you're
do
a
it.
vacant
Yeah.
space.
Can I look at the doctors? Can I cut in and
Yeah.
kind of look at the doctors? Excuse me,
I'm so
fine
excited,
fellows. If you would kindly do me a favour and just stitch me up enough to get off of this slab, I would very much appreciate it. And if you do that, I will not feel the need to put you here in my place.
They all kind of look at each other, and you hear kind of a hissing. It's like, but you hear this in your head. You do not hear them speaking. You hear this in your head. Roll a persuasion check.
It's actually quite high for me.
Can I add
No,
a...
that's a 2.
Oh, but can I...
Never say that before you
I
roll.
would have, as soon as he said that, said, I'd do it if I were you and pull out some shit. Like, I don't know, be trying to back him up there.
Roll.
Wayne's
Count that as your first roll,
We do it with
and do it with advantage to your second roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
That bit goes there. This bit goes there.
The leg bone's connected to the face.
It takes some time,
Yeah.
but they put everything back in alphabetical order. They
It's
so
like
you,
one of those like the doctor models on the
it's
pitch
like,
fan.
it's
you
like
gotta try to
operation.
flip it back
It's
the
like
way.
a
reverse.
operation. His nose just beeps every time he gets it wrong.
It does that anyway, though.
They put you back together the way they found
Do
you.
they put like everything back in, or like there's
Everything
probably,
they took out.
yeah,
they
there's
put back
probably a
up
few
back in.
bits like gotten lost along the way.
Yeah, no, everything was in jars.
Okay.
Very well looked after. You start to hear as they're putting you back together. You're kind of regaining a bit more of yourself. You weren't
Yeah,
fine.
quite
you weren't
literally, yeah.
dying, but
Oh,
your
you did need
your
those.
kind of consciousness is starting to come back together, and you start to telepathically hear them talk to each other.
Okay.
And you what language do you speak?
I have common, deep speech, and primordial.
You can understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're talking about how serving this one for the greater one isn't always the best course of action. They don't seem to be getting the good end of this bargain. They didn't agree to this type of danger. They thought they were just going to be studying creatures and bettering the community. The word is community, but you know they mean collective.
Yeah, sure.
So you don't. It's kind of strange the way they're speaking. They don't seem to be speaking. They're speaking in their native tongue, but it's not natural. It's
Yeah.
weird. But you're getting a sense of they're not from around here either.
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
There is.
So they've put you back together. They've sewn you back up, and all it takes them about an hour
Sure.
to do this. And they take you off the table. And you stand back up, and your robes and everything are still here, so you basically can put your clothes back on. We're now going to cut to Loran.
Oh, good.
Valak has given you the grand tour. He's bringing you into.
Jesus, he said he wouldn't. He's such a prick.
I know, right?
He's bringing you into a room that has what looks like a set of chairs and a few bits and bobs. But the two chairs that are in the center, they look like they're not so much thrones, but they look opulent. They look opulent and they're well decked out. There's food all around you. You do notice off in the corner is your lute, your musical instrument, and a few other of your accoutrements and stuff that you've had is there. He says, "I've prepared some food. We are going to see your friends. I promise you, they are very close. I've had a special arrangement put together for them so we can enjoy the time together. So please, just give me this time."
I mean, they're pretty nice big chairs.
And there's a lot of food and everything around. It's very nicely laid out. He's laid out your favourite fruits that you're aware of, that you can see that he's put this all together just for you. You do notice that there's a backdrop. And the backdrop is a crest, a herald. And one half of it looks like your family crest. And it has the sun at the centre. But it's split down at a kind of angle. And the top half is like the night sky with stars. And then there's a half a moon. And the two of them are meeting in the centre. And they're kind of intertwined on each other. Because I took the liberty of creating a family crest.
I mean, from what I remember, technically, we're still probably,
Well, my golden light, you might not remember everything you think you do. It was a traumatic time for you. And I blame myself, really. I mean, not that it's my fault, but I tend to blame myself.
But it totally is.
And again, the wall that's in the back of your mind is starting to deteriorate more. And he goes, "Would you please take a seat? And I'm preparing the show."
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's
so good.
So, what do you want to do?
I think for now he's just gonna fucking roll with it. He's not gonna try to take him off too much. So he's like, okay, I'll sit for a moment. And okay.
You take a seat. He sits next to you, and he starts to kind of pour wine and offers you fruit and foods and
I don't
meats
eat
and
anything.
cheeses. You don't eat anything?
No.
And he starts to pick at some food. Roll a perception check for me.
21.
You
Is that how those
sense.
things work, is it?
You sense the loot. You sense the instrument.
Sorry.
Very much like
Numbers
before,
look
the
like
last couple of times that you've used it, you're feeling the connection to it growing. You sense that it is kind of calling to you. There's something there. Valak rolled a natural 1. He doesn't notice anything. He's too enthralled in trying to please you.
Sure.
He's not aware of anything
Good
else.
stuff.
That's what we all need.
He says, Valak then looks off to the side. You see a curtain on the side of the room. Like the room is like a long rectangular box. And there's the door that you came in, and then there's drapery all around you with red curtains. And he looks off to the side and goes, "Proceed!" You hear a grinding of gears, and the room starts to rise. It's like somebody pulling, you hear the gears going, and the room starts to rise and turn as it goes up into the air. And it comes up into the sunlight, and it hits your eyes. You're kind of like, oh, a bit. And you hear a crowd cheering. And it's quite a large crowd. And they're all calling Valak's name. They're all calling for the voice. They're all calling for the mind. They're calling for the hand. And you rise up, and the more you rise up, you're starting to realise what you're looking at and what you're overlooking. You see a large auditorium, and in the centre is a circular pit with gates on either end.
Oh, wonderful.
And towards the centre of this pit, you can see Aratir, Arun, and a now decaged Oaken standing there.
How far down, like measurement wise?
You're kind of look up, but you're in the box seats basically in the
Sure.
middle, looking down on this.
Yeah.
You can see them in quite good detail. You've got a really good view. There's around you, you've come up kind of in the middle of an auditorium, so there's crowds on either side of you. There's a small barrier, a wall that's just that high, and then you're pretty much there into the auditorium where the sandy, gravelly, it's kind of like a big fighting pit.
Yeah.
That's what you're
So
looking at.
are we enclosed, or are we kind of like?
You're enclosed within your box, so the people on either side can't see you. They just know that that's Valak's box.
Could they see me from where?
They if they look up and they can see you're there in this chair next to.
And could they hear me?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how
'Cause
loud
it's
you
instant-
shout at them.
Instant reaction is like he gets up, he's like, Erwin, you've come to save me.
I'm gonna do that Kitten impression again. Derpy, 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 derpy.
Roll a perception check.
It's a bit better this time. 14?
14. You look up as you hear the voice and you see Loran.
He's like,
Okay,
There's
right,
no,
I'm
it's
like,
not sealed, so it's an open box.
Oh,
so
it is open,
You
okay,
can
that's what I
walk
wasn't
down
sure.
and you're right at the barrier. There is a barrier there that's kind of to stop you falling in or anyone getting
Oh,
in,
yeah,
out
yeah.
and into the box. But you can see down into the fighting pit.
do I have control of my own limbs and stuff? again?
You have full control. You all three of you have full control of your
That's yours
limbs.
as well.
You're still in your guard's garb,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're still in the
guards?
garb you were in.
I still have no armor
You've nothing.
and like one
You're the
weapon
same as well.
Same.
and an Ogun in a cage.
No,
yes.
Owen's out of the cage. The
He's
cage
out
is
of the
gone.
cage.
You can take it out of the cage. You can put it into the pit.
Da
Okay,
Magic trick, that's outrageous.
Okay, so hang on. So the three of us are in the pit, but at least he's not in a cage.
It's not a cage.
This point,
Well, all my rage, I'm not an organ in the
So,
cage.
there, you're in the pit. He basically then starts talking. He's like, Do you not see that all I want to give you is entertainment?
yeah.
I was gonna use that later.
Sorry.
I have a really good idea.
Yes.
How about I don't know, play them in?
You could do that. Yes.
Yeah, I could.
It's amazing. So we can both play them in, and he
Ooh,
reaches off
maybe,
to one side.
maybe not. Maybe just
What?
me, because it's been a while since I got to the whole
so.
thing. Yeah.
You always were my shining sun.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
When he says the phrase "shining sun," the wall in your mind falls.
Yeah.
The loot to one side. In your mind, you can see it. It's actually glowing, but nobody else seems to see it.
Mhm.
You get drawn inwards, and you find yourself standing in a corridor, a very familiar corridor of your home,
Oh, good.
your family home, the family castle
Mhm.
that you grew up in. You look around and there's nobody there. And then from behind you, you hear a voice. She goes, it's a female voice. You've never heard it before.
Okay.
All you hear is, I have been trying to reach you for 2 weeks. You turn around.
Mhm.
And in front of you is a familiar figure.
Is it your one from the loop?
It's the female bard from the loot. I have been trying to break down this wall of communication for 2 weeks. I could not find you.
Oh, this is weird. Okay, yeah.
You have had a mental block in your mind, stopping you from remembering
Yeah.
where you were from and how you got where you are and who caused this pain for you.
A pretty big inkling.
You start to hear voices from up the corridor, and you recognise one of them as your own. What do you want to do?
I walk to her.
You walk to her.
Yeah.
Well, she's right next to you. She's just behind
Oh,
you.
I thought she was like
No,
one end of the corridor.
she's right behind you, but the voices are ahead of you and
Oh.
off to the right of the
Oh.
corridor.
He's like, what is this?
This is your past.
Yeah.
This is where you came from. This is the situation that you need to see to show you where you need to go.
I would rather not.
If you do not do this, you may not be able to leave.
Fine. Fine.
I will be with you. I will guide you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to guide you so you don't end up in the same fate that I have ended up in. The last thing you would want is to be trapped inside of a loot for the rest of your life.
That would be shit.
Yes, indeed. It is quite shit.
Nobody wants to be a ghost of a room.
I've never heard a ghost say shit
So
before.
you want to keep walking forward?
Yeah, but I take her hand as I do.
Okay. She holds your hand, kind of pulls you close. You walk up and you hear the voices, and it is you and Valak having a conversation. But you're together.
Yeah.
You're lying on a bed together, and you're discussing your plans of what you want to do in life. Valak is talking about the kingdom. He's talking about your role as the prince and how he'd like to be part of it. He's telling you that he really can bring you to a place where you can rule and be powerful with him by your side. It seems like a very peaceful setting. There's a fire lit, there's food, there's wine. You're very much enjoying each other's company. But now, as you're looking at it through the eyes that you have now, where you're standing, you can tell that Valak is leading you on. He's guiding you with words that they sound like they're coloured in honey, but they're poison. And you didn't see it then because you were enthralled by it, but you're seeing it now. The room kind of starts to swirl and change, and you're now in a room with your parents, with Valak by your side.
Oh, I'm gonna cry, aren't I?
Your parents sit on their thrones as they look down upon you, as you try to argue with them about how you should be doing more for the kingdom, more than they ever have done. And Valak is staying quiet behind you. But these are his words coming out of your mouth. These are words he's planted in your mind. And you're aware of it now, but you weren't aware of it then. Your father is quite angry. Your mother is looking shocked. Your father's claiming that you never wanted to be part of the kingdom. You never wanted to rule. You always wanted to lay about and learn how to play your instruments and enjoy your life.
I'm such a disappointment.
And not be the prince you were meant to be. Valak interjects and cuts your father down in anything he's saying. And you see your father kind of slump back in his chair. And he's kind of looking troubled. Your mother's looking equally troubled. The room shifts again, but it's the same room, but it shifts ever so slightly and it's darker. And the spectre that's with you pulls you closer. She goes, "We're nearly done. We're almost there. You have to hold it together because here comes the hard part." You see yourself and Valak standing, looking at the thrones, with your parents sitting there, their eyes glowing blue, not saying anything. Valak turns to you and says, "The kingdom could be ours to rule together. Something that we've wanted for a very, very long time. We just need to remove your parents and take it for ourselves. This land could be ours." And then you start to remember this conversation as you're watching it happen. And you're remembering that this was the first seed of doubt that you started to sow for yourself in your mind. And you see yourself pull away from Valak slightly, and a flash of anger across his eyes. And his voice changes slightly as well. "You don't understand. We need to rule. Myself and yourself need to rule here. We need this kingdom. You must understand this. Your father is a fool. He resists me. I need your approval." You see yourself back away, and then you see a change in Valak. A shadow comes over him, and while his tiefling form is quite demonic, right now he's not really looking like a tiefling. He's looking like something else. And a dark shadow appears behind him and behind your parents as their heads loll, and they look like they're sleeping, as a dark shadow reaches up over the backs of their thrones and over the back of Valak, and reaches in and looks at you not at the you that you're watching, looks at you standing with the spectral figure, and just twists its head in this dark shadow. 2 bright red eyes. My shining sun. And you wake up, and you're back in the auditorium. The lute is in your hand. Valak is looking at you, and it looks like he looks at you as if to say, I've lost. You're gone. And then his face turns to shadow and anger. And you start to strum the lute, just out of reflex. And we're going to cut to you now.
Okay.
You're
Oh my
back in the
God.
doctor's room. You have everyone ready to go. The doctors are all standing to one side. Norman is back to himself.
You want to do some storming, Norman?
Yes, I have some things to take up with the owner of this vessel. I'd very much like to see how he functions in the position I've been in.
I'd very much like to see you get him into the position that you were in, Norman. It is an absolute treat to see you again. Everyone
Can't
curled up,
say
let's
the
go,
feeling
let's
is
go.
mutual, but let's go.
Let's go. Do you know the best place to go next, Norman? Everybody's spread. I think I know where the half orcs are, but
Erdak pipes up like, I gotta interject here. I do know the way back to the area we came from here, but it's gonna take us up through kind of a more communal area. They have like a seating place where they feed everybody, and then we got the fighting pits off by the left. We have to go that way to loop back up onto the next level that we came down from.
yeah.
That's the only way from here.
Follow the bovine.
Okay, we'll follow the bovine. Have you seen Loran, Norman?
I have.
He okay?
Well, that rather depends on how quickly we arrive.
Okay. Let's get going.
Time is of the essence. I
I'm
would
gonna
I would
unlock the
actually
door.
like to preserve that one.
Okay.
It's pretty
okay.
easy to unlock the door after you've locked
Yeah,
it, so
cool.
you can just like, the doctors are all kind of huddled in the corner, and you hear one of them say, like, I think if we stay here and say nothing, they might ignore us.
Yeah, we're not interested.
I jump into one of their heads as I'm leaving. Just kind of like glance at them and I'm like, if you know what's good for you, you'll destroy those research notes.
You're going to jump into their heads.
Yeah.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh, they're gonna fight you.
That is a 20, but not a nat.
Ooh!
Boy.
What?
Wait, repeat that.
Exactly that. Let's do the thing.
Ooh.
This is Wayne.
It's all right. No, it's
It's low battery.
yeah, but it's kept going. It's 20% weight.
It's not your window battery.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I think
We're nearly there.
yeah.
Was there a spicy meatball?
I start to say what I was going to say, and kind of stop, and I like look at them, and I'm like, I'll be back for you. And, are you afraid? Because you very much should be. I'll be back. And yeah, I just turn and leave. Lock that behind you.
Done.
So you lock the door behind you. Erda's like, I reckon we gotta move with haste. Who knows where these guys have got themselves into, where they got.
Yes,
where-
haste. Go
I
now.
like this guy.
Yeah, Norman, can you make us a little bit less sus appearance-wise?
I
Or
can
will
only
we just
make
go?
me. No. I know the people on this ship, and I know you tend to take my approach to collateral damage somewhat reluctantly. But no, there is no hope for them. Go.
Okay, so
Oh no, I mean, can you? We're all tooled up. We're looking like we're about to bust some heads. Can you make us? Can you do anything about our appearance as we make our way through the?
Yes, I
communal
can.
area?
We can be splattered in the heads of those we bust along the way.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
you move at a haste, and
Yeah.
as you're running through, you notice that the corridors are actually quite empty.
Okay.
Seems to be emptied out a bit, and even as you run through
Convenient.
into the large canteen type area where everyone gets fed, there's a few bodies smothered about, like having a bit of food, but it's mostly empty. You hear a loud cheering from up ahead. There's a, I'm guessing they've gone into the fatting pits for the day. That tends to be the end of day entertainment that they put on. It's mostly beasties, and they might throw the odd worker in there for a bit of fun, but
If there's entertainment, that's where Loran will be.
Yeah, I agree.
So you make your way up and to the left, and
Back into.
I wasn't gonna do it.
You make your way up to the left, and you find a set of steps that seem to lead up into what is the fighting arena pit. You come up, and you hear the loud cheering, and it grows and grows and grows as you reach the top of these stairs. You find yourself up into the crowd, and you notice, as you come up at the top of the steps, both of you roll a perception check. I'll roll for Erdak.
Oh, okay.
What about Brad?
Brad, I'll roll for Brad as well.
19.
Okay.
No, I got 11.
Cody, you notice as you get to the top of the steps, you look down into the fighting pit, and you make out Arun, Aratir, and Ogun. And you also, because you're also high, as you're looking around, you look up into the main box off to your left side, and you see Loran. And Loran has literally just started. You could see Loran, and for some reason, you can hear Loran, because as soon as Loran starts to strum that lute, the music starts to play.
Okay.
And booms out through the auditorium. Valak stands to his feet, runs to the barrier, and screams, "Bring the mind! Bring the voice! Bring the hand! Release the creatures!"
Oh,
Can
God,
I make an
no.
instant reaction?
Reach the Kraken.
By
You
any
don't have
chance?
time. The basically you see 3 creatures teleport
Oh no.
and drop into the auditorium.
That was also going to be my move for the record.
We'll give you, yeah, you can
Okay,
do that in a
cool.
sec. As that goes, they drop into the auditorium. The barriers that were holding in whatever they were holding in shoot up. You see 3 creatures rush forward, up behind the hand, the voice, and the mind, which are the Goliath, the Kenku, and the human. They rush forward to the 3 of you, ready for attack. Valak turns. Do you want to teleport? Do you have teleport?
Oh no, I wasn't saying teleport.
Okay,
Hop on the way.
I was saying jump.
you want to jump. You look.
I shout, Arun!
Confuse me,
Just like holds the loot and just kind of goes.
Thanks, buddy.
He's just not that into you. Stop breaking your own heart.
Jumping through the air, strumming the lute with a loud thunderous boom throughout the auditorium. Loran leaps. You see this happen.
Yeah.
The crowd cheer. Valak screams. You all ready yourselves for battle. And that's where we're going to end this.
I didn't
Scene.
stab anyone for hours.
Wayne,
For hours.
those creatures, what were they? Or what are
Find
they?
out.
Oh, damn it!
Oh God.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the session. Definitely more to come in this story. Full of action for the next one, I take it.
I'll kill you, Talbot. I'll kill you.
Thank you so much to my players. You've all been fantastic. Well done. We will see you next time on Pubcast Plays Dungeons Dragons next month. Please don't forget to enter into the competition. Thank you to Dublin City Comics for the sponsorship.
I'm not going to give the answer out again.
No, but the question is, please below type in the comments who created Dungeons and Dragons. We will pick a name out of a hat. We will post this book, the Art and Arcana of Dungeons and Dragons, to the lucky winner anywhere in the world. Okay, so anywhere in the world, please share on social media. To answer the question, share on social media. Tell your friends, tell your wife, all that malarkey.
Yeah.
Tell your kids. Thank you so much. This has been Pubcast Plays Dungeons and Dragons. Until next time. Take
Yay!
care. Yay! Thanks,